Good evening and welcome to Pridgeon Stadium, northwest side of Houston, Texas. A big battle tonight in the 16-6A ranks as the Langham Creek Lobos and Cy Lakes Spartans fight it out, with both teams still very much in the playoff picture. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Varsity Wires Radio Network, presented by the Collette King Team. Zach Babb alongside Jason Metco, who is filling in for Mac Honer for the second time this season. And Jason, as you look at these two teams and where they sit in the standings, it is a logjam. They, above and beyond the two teams that are probably locks at this point to make the playoffs in 16-6A, are Cy Ranch and Bridgeland. They're 5-0, 4-1 respectively. Then you have 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, 2-3 amongst four teams that make up the next that next four spots of what amounts to just two playoff berths available. And Langham Creek sitting at 3-2 in district play. Cy Lakes at 2-3. You can call it a must-win for both teams. Langham Creek, if they were to lose tonight, still mathematically in the chase. Cy Lakes, while they wouldn't be completely out of it, if they lose tonight, they would need a heck of a lot to go right. So you can basically bank this as a must-win game for both teams, but more so Cy Lakes.
I would completely agree with that, Mr. Babb. Good to be back, and thanks for having me yet again. When we saw Langham Creek together a few weeks ago, that started their winning streak, winning 3 in a row. Last week, they sort of stubbed their toe, the 10-point loss to Waller. Cy Lakes, though, you mentioned, yeah, this feels like a must-win for them tonight, 2-3. You go down to 2-4 with only one more week to go in the season, your odds are not looking all that great to make it into the postseason.
Again, with how things have been for Cy Lakes, they have never made the playoffs in school history. They keep knocking on the door. They knocked on the door a lot last year. A lot of people think they had the team to do it this year, and granted, they are coming off of two very tough games against the aforementioned top two teams in 16-6A in Bridgeland and Cy Ranch that were both losses for the Spartans. But on the other side of things, for Langham Creek, 3-2, still very much in control of their own playoff destiny here, especially if they can get a win tonight. And we'll get a chance to visit with both of these head coaches in a bit here, Jason. But for Langham Creek, they've been playing really good football, like you said. 3 wins in their last 4. They had that 3-game winning streak until they lost to Waller last week. But this is a team that's kind of playing almost all year, has played with house money, because a lot of people did not expect them to be this good. And so, you're playing free, you're playing loose, and they've won a lot of games because of it. And now Todd Thompson and this squad in a position to make the playoffs when I think a lot of people counted them out at the beginning of the year and didn't even think they'd be in this conversation. And
the senior quarterback, Andre Salazar, he is fun to watch, man. He leads this offense. And then I've been really impressed with watching the junior running back, Jordan King. He had a couple of big touchdowns the game we did a few weeks ago. So, yeah, if Langham Creek is going to continue these good vibes, get off the schneid after losing to Waller last week, you're probably going to need a lot of Salazar and King to get the job done tonight.
Salazar and King will be big pieces, and Jimmy Alarcon is one of the big pieces for Cy Lakes. He's the quarterback over there for the Spartans, who, again, sitting at 2-3 in district play, just outside of that playoff bubble, and Langham Creek at 3-2, right in the mix of the playoff bubble. But Cy Lakes looking to step up big here tonight. Langham Creek hoping to fend them off and keep their good positioning. So we'll go ahead and take a break here on the Varsity Wires Radio Network, presented by the Collette King Team. When we come back, it's our visit with both of the head coaches. We've got Tyrone Carter from Cy Lakes and Todd Thompson from Langham Creek. That's coming up here on the Varsity Wires Radio Network, presented by the Collette King Team.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Trust the Collette King Team with REMAX, bringing you over 25 years of real estate expertise right here in your community. From first-time buyers to luxury estates, Collette and her team know the market inside and out, and they'll guide you every step of the way. Because with the Collette King Team, it's more than real estate. It's about giving you the attention and care you deserve. From cottages to castles, expect the royal treatment with the Collette King Team.
Veteran owned and operated since 2003, Fire Reconstruction Inc. is the top choice for restoration services to commercial and residential properties caused by fire, water, storms, and mold. They handle the entire process from structure repair, roofing mitigation, packing out, storing, and cleaning contents to give you peace of mind. Fire Reconstruction Inc. has been vetted and are preferred vendors of most insurance companies and is a local business that supports the local community. Visit their website at fri24-7.com or give them a call at 281 601-859-3999. Fire Reconstruction, Inc. Better than before.
Hello, Copperfield. The Wrap and Mail Room is your go-to place for wrapping, packing, and shipping. When you need UPS, FedEx, US Mail, or DHL, we'll find the most affordable and reliable option to meet your needs. Looking for notary or private mailbox, maybe holiday gift wrapping? We've got you covered. Find us at 7710 Cherry Park Drive, right in the heart of Copperfield. The Wrap and Mail Room is here for you. Packed with care, we'll get it there.
When Houston needs glass, Houston calls Northwest Glass and Mirror. From custom shower doors to sleek mirrors, from residential windows to commercial storefronts, we do it all with expert craftsmanship and hometown care. Family owned, trusted for over 40 years, and always standing behind our work. Northwest Glass and Mirror. Quality, clarity, and service you can see. Call today or visit us online. Northwest Glass and Mirror, Houston's clear choice.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Texas.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the UIL, are the 825,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Texas. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible, because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Welcome back into the pregame show here on the Varsity Wires Radio Network, presented by the Collette King Team, counting you down to a big one tonight at Pridgeon Stadium. Cy Lakes and Langham Creek playoff spots still in the picture for both of these schools. We're now joined by the head coach of Cy Lakes, Tyrone Carter. Coach, you are coming off of a pair of back-to-back losses, albeit against two really tough teams in this district. What have you been the most proud of your school, of your program over these last couple games, even not getting the wins, still in a position here with 2 games left in the season where you're still in the fight for a playoff spot?
Well, our kids fight to the very end. You know, they understand the expectation that's been put on our program since arriving here in January of 2024, and the kids are just going to continue to fight no matter what. You know, our backs are against the wall right now, and we got to come out swinging. You know, everybody has a plan until they get hit in the face, so we got to continue to do the little things right, because everything's going to matter in tonight's football game, and our kids got to stay together and fight.
You talk about the expectations for Cy Lakes, how much they've changed, especially since you've gotten here. I mean, we talked about this the first time we carried you guys. I mean, it was almost a given that Cy Lakes was going to go 0-10 or 1-9, and that's not the case anymore, especially since you've got here. You know, obviously still looking for that first ever playoff appearance, but talk about just what your kids have bought into since you arrived here and changing the culture and expectations for this program.
Well, you know, the pillars of our program are character, academics, work ethic, and WAWG. You know, and for the first time, our kids had a 97% passing rate. You know, to some people that's not a big deal, but for us, we're ranked number 3 in the district currently with the academics and for the entire athletic program, not just the football team. So our kids have bought into the fact that, hey, at some point, sports are going to end, and the only thing that's going to carry you along in life is your academics. So they bought into that, and we're doing a good job there. And, you know, having really good kids, our kids don't get in trouble. You know, we're not having a whole lot of kids being suspended for fighting and doing different things like that. And our kids are learning how to win. It's not a process that happens overnight, but everything that we do, we're winning in, and that's going to carry over. It's going to translate to the football field, to the pool, to the basketball court, to the track, and overall building a great program that's going to help us be successful here at Cypress Lakes High School.
When you look at Langham Creek here tonight, this is a team that under Todd Thompson is always ready to play. They always have a tough team that comes to bat, and I think that they've probably shocked a lot of people this year. I mean, they lost a lot compared to last season and have rocketed out to what was a really good start until they dropped a game last week. What makes them a challenging team to take on, and what about Coach Thompson has them ready to play?
Man, Coach Thompson does an unbelievable job, man. Him and his defensive coordinator have been together a long time, and every week he has those kids ready to play. You know, since I've been in the district as offensive coordinator at Cy Woods, the battles with Langham have already been tough. You know, we've won a couple of one-point games, but he gets his team prepared to play no matter what scheme he's using. Those kids fight to the end, and he finds a way to get his team ready to play every week.
Final question for you here, Coach. Actually, I've got one extra question for you after this question, but final question to do with this game. What would it mean, because it's a logjam right now. We were talking before this interview. It's basically 4 teams fighting for 2 spots, all within 1 game of each other right now with the regular season winding down here to the last 2 weeks. Obviously, you got to take it 1 game at a time, but a win tonight would be huge towards Cy Lakes' first ever playoff berth. What does that mean just to even be in this position to go out there and fight in a game that has a lot of meaning to it, with how much this program has struggled prior to you getting here?
When I got here, I told the kids and the coaches, man, I want to play meaningful football at the end of the year. And we've done that the last 2 years, but we want to find a way to get a win. You know, the win today would be outstanding for our program to be able to go into the last week with a chance to make the playoffs for the first time in history. But, we just have to find a way tonight to run the football and to keep the ball on our side, to keep them off the field, because they're dangerous on offense and they got really talented players on defense, and they do an unbelievable job. But it would mean a lot for our program just to get this win and to put ourselves in position to have a chance.
Well, perfect keys to the game there, Coach. I probably should have asked you that too, but you know the drill by now at this point, so great keys to the game. Final question I'll ask you to peel away from this game a little bit. You and I have a little bit in common. We're both University of North Texas grads. The final question I have for you is, what are you thinking about the Mean Green 7-1 start to this season on the football field?
Man, it's unbelievable, man. I've been following them. I actually texted Coach Davis a couple weeks ago, telling him congratulations on their start and how they're playing, and I'm excited for them, man. They actually called me and asked me about a couple of our kids, so it's exciting to try to get our kids to get up to North Texas and join the Mean Green. And so it's exciting to watch, man. Fun times in Denton, Texas.
Well, there you go. Perfect. Hey, Coach, thank you for your time. Best of luck in your game tonight.
All right, thank you.
That's Tyrone Carter, head coach of Cy Lakes. We'll take a quick break here. When we come back, more of the pregame show on the Varsity Wires Radio Network, presented by the Collette King Team.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Trust the Collette King Team with REMAX, bringing you over 25 years of real estate expertise right here in your community. From first-time buyers to luxury estates, Collette and her team know the market inside and out, and they'll guide you every step of the way. Because with the Collette King Team, it's more than real estate. It's about giving you the attention and care you deserve. From cottages to castles, expect the royal treatment with the Collette King Team.
Veteran-owned and operated since 2003, Fire Reconstruction, Inc. is the top choice for restoration services to commercial and residential properties caused by fire, water, storms, and mold. They handle the entire process from structure repair, roofing mitigation, packing out, storing, and cleaning contents to give you peace of mind. Fire Reconstruction, Inc. has been vetted and are preferred vendors of most insurance companies and is a local business that supports the local community. Visit their website at fri24-7.com or give them a call at 281-859-3999. Fire Reconstruction, Inc. Better than before.
Hello, Copperfield. The Wrap and Mail Room is your go-to place for wrapping, packing, and shipping. When you need UPS, FedEx, US Mail, or DHL, we'll find the most affordable and reliable option to meet your needs. Looking for notary or private mailbox, maybe holiday gift wrapping? We've got you covered. Find us at 7710 Cherry Park Drive, right in the heart of Copperfield. The Wrap and Mail Room is here for you. Packed with care, we'll get it there.
When Houston needs glass, Houston calls Northwest Glass and Mirror. From custom shower doors to sleek mirrors, from residential windows to commercial storefronts, we do it all with expert craftsmanship and hometown care. Family owned, trusted for over 40 years, and always standing behind our work. Northwest Glass and Mirror. Quality, clarity, and service you can see. Call today or visit us online. Northwest Glass and Mirror, Houston's clear choice.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Texas.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the UIL, are the 825,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Texas. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible, because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Trust the Collette King Team with REMAX, bringing you over 25 years of real estate expertise right here in your community. From first-time buyers to luxury estates, Collette and her team know the market inside and out, and they'll guide you every step of the way. Because with the Collette King Team, it's more than real estate. It's about giving you the attention and care you deserve. From cottages to castles, expect the royal treatment with the Collette King Team.
Veteran owned and operated since 2003, Fire Reconstruction Inc. is the top choice for restoration services to commercial and residential properties caused by fire, water, storms, and mold. They handle the entire process from structure repair, roofing mitigation, packing out, storing, and cleaning contents to give you peace of mind. Fire Reconstruction Inc. has been vetted and are preferred vendors of most insurance companies and is a local business that supports the local community. Visit their website at fri24-7.com or give them a call at 281-859-3999. Fire Reconstruction Inc. Better than before.
Hello, Hello, Copperfield. The Wrap and Mail Room is your go-to place for wrapping, packing, and shipping. When you need UPS, FedEx, US Mail, or DHL, we'll find the most affordable and reliable option to meet your needs. Looking for notary or private mailbox, maybe holiday gift wrapping? We've got you covered. Find us at 7710 Cherry Park Drive, right in the heart of Copperfield. The Wrap and Mail Room is here for you. Packed with care, we'll get it there.
When Houston needs glass, Houston calls Northwest Glass and Mirror. From custom shower doors to sleek mirrors, from residential windows to commercial storefronts, we do it all with expert craftsmanship and hometown care. Family owned, trusted for over 40 years, and always standing behind our work. Northwest Glass and Mirror, quality, clarity, and service you can see. Call today or visit us online. Northwest Glass and Mirror, Houston's clear choice.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Texas.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the UIL, are the 825,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Texas. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Trust the Collette King Team with REMAX, bringing you over 25 years of real estate expertise right here in your community. From first-time buyers to luxury estates, Collette and her team know the market inside and out, and they'll guide you every step of the way. Because with the Collette King Team, it's more than real estate. It's about giving you the attention and care you deserve. From cottages to castles, expect the royal treatment with the Collette King Team.
Veteran owned and operated since 2003, Fire Reconstruction Inc. is the top choice for restoration services to commercial and residential properties caused by fire, water, storms, and mold. They handle the entire process from structure repair, roofing mitigation, packing out, storing, and cleaning contents to give you peace of mind. Fire Reconstruction Inc. has been vetted and are preferred vendors of most insurance companies and is a local business that supports the local community. Visit their website at fri24-7.com or give them a call at 281-859-3999. Fire Reconstruction Inc. Better than before.
Hello, Copperfield. The Wrap and Mail Room is your go-to place for wrapping, packing, and shipping. When you need UPS, FedEx, US Mail, or DHL, we'll find the most affordable and reliable option to meet your needs. Looking for notary or private mailbox, maybe holiday gift wrapping? We've got you covered. Find us at 7710 Cherry Park Drive, right in the heart of Copperfield. The Wrap and Mail Room is here for you. Packed with care, we'll get it there.
When Houston needs glass, Houston calls Northwest Glass and Mirror. From custom shower doors to sleek mirrors, from residential windows to commercial storefronts, we do it all with expert craftsmanship and hometown care. Family owned, trusted for over 40 years, and always standing behind our work. Northwest Glass and Mirror, quality, clarity, and service you can see. Call today or visit us online. Northwest Glass and Mirror, Houston's clear choice.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Texas.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the UIL, are the 825,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Texas. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible, because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
The national anthem here at Pridgeon Stadium. The Langham Creek Lobo Marching Band with the national anthem here at Pridgeon Stadium, and we are just about a minute and a half away from Cy Lakes and Langham Creek. A big game tonight for both squads, both fighting for a playoff spot in the 16-6A race. And again, we've mentioned it before, but it basically breaks down to four schools within a game of each other in the standings, fighting it out for two playoff spots. Bridgeland and Cy Ranch lead the pack right now. They're basically locked in to a playoff spot. And Bridgeland, by the way, or Cy Ranch could be coming close to a district title here, depending on how their game goes this week. We'll be doing some scoreboard watching over the course of this game as well. But Cy Lakes 2-3 in district play. They're right on the edge of things right now. And Langham Creek 3-2 in district play. And Jason, it's kind of goes without saying, we've been repeating it, but a big game for both squads.
You know, just looking at Cy Lakes' recent history, we mentioned the two tough losses they've had to Cy Ranch and Bridgeland, teams that we are pretty sure are going to go playoff bound. They only lost that Cy Ranch game by a possession. So in some respects, I think more of the pressure tonight is on Langham Creek to get the job done, whereas Cy Lakes, you know, they can certainly rally and make a run at it, but I think there's more expectations for Langham Creek to deliver, and that might make it easier tonight on Cy Lakes to get the job done.
Both teams heading out to midfield for the coin toss here. The 4 captains from both squads. For Langham Creek, it'll be the all-red uniforms tonight with the white numbers front and back, the red helmets, red pants as well. The Lobo on either side of the helmets, and for Cy Lakes, all white, kind of a NFL color rush feel of sorts tonight, Jason.
It's kind of feeling like it's the Colorado uniforms. Didn't the Buffs with Dion put some of those icy colors into their uniforms?
They did. The coin is in the air. Our official has not turned his mic on yet.
It looks like Langham has won the toss.
They move him around. Langham will defend the north
end
zone.
One coin toss. They elected to receive. Let's play football, guys.
Let's play football, man.
I like it. Let's play football. So Cy Lakes wins the toss. They elect to receive first, and so it'll be Jimmy Alarcon and the Spartans offense getting things going here on this Thursday under the lights on the Varsity Wires Radio Network, presented by the Collette King Team. Zach Babb alongside Jason Metco filling in for Mac Honer, who's, I don't know what could be more important than this, but off doing something else.
Yeah, come on, Mac. We're looking forward to seeing Jimmy Alarcon, the quarterback, tonight here for Cy Lakes. He had a 55-yard touchdown run last week against Bridgeland, so he certainly has the speed to deliver big plays tonight.
Very much a dual threat problem for opposing defenses. And part of their strategy, too, may just be with how potent Langham Creek's offense has been, is just, you know, your best defense is a good offense. Sometimes just keep Langham Creek off the field and the ball out of their hands. And so it wouldn't shock me tonight to see Cy Lakes kind of slow things down a little bit offensively, even though they still will probably try and hit the big play here and there.
And one wonders tonight as we approach All Hallows Eve if we will have some tricks on the field tonight, Zach.
Would not surprise me, as basically it's do or die for both of these schools. So whatever you have in your bag of tricks, it's time to pull it out. Kickoff unit on the field. It's going to be Jonathan Umanzer doing, or rather Joshua Alvarez doing the kicking. It's a high kick, going to be fielded at about the 18-yard line, and stopping and then getting plastered past the 20 is going to be Davian Ivey. So a small return for him. Forward progress will get him up to the 22, and so that is where this drive will start for Cy Lakes. 1st and 10, back up in their own territory. Now they'll adjust it to the 23. So Cy Lakes 2 yards short of where they would have started had it been a touchback, but you rarely see those in high school these days because you just don't, A, you don't have the kickers that can kick it 70 yards into the end zone, and B, so many high schools try for kind of the short kick these days, which Langham Creek just did there. So here we go, Alarcon and Cy Lakes on the field. Takes the snap. This is going to be a handoff to Theo Fields on the outside, and Fields will plow his way off the right tackle for a gain of 3 up to the 26-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Cy Lakes from there.
You mentioned the potential tricks we might see. How about a treat? This weather tonight. Sun's going down, 70 degrees, practically no wind. We've been waiting for this for months, Zach.
It's perfect football weather, and it's been a long time coming. Alarcon going to hand it off to Fields again, trying to turn the left corner this time. He finds a seam after it didn't look like much was developing. He'll fight his way forward to the 32-yard line before Oliver Coleman makes the tackle. And it's quickly 3rd and 1, and Cy Lakes getting right back up to the line of scrimmage here on this short 3rd down. Alarcon, a hard count. 2 hard counts. Now looks over towards the sideline to get the play call in from Tyrone Carter and the offensive staff for Cy Lakes. Turns, barks out signals to his offensive line. Now gets back into the shotgun with Fields lined up to his right. Takes the snap, handoff. Fields hits the middle, A-gap, powers through, gain of 3. He only needed 1. It's a 1st down for Cy Lakes.
I thought we were going to have the tempo there, but then looked back to the sideline to receive the play, slow things down a little bit, pick up that 1st down.
Officially, they only give him 2, but good enough for a 1st down nonetheless as they sit at the 34-yard line. 4-receiver spread here for Cy Lakes. Two on either side. Alarcon takes the snap. Play action. He's under duress immediately. Got free somehow, and he's going to tuck it and run it himself, and he's got room. 40, 45, and pirouetted down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 12 on the quarterback keeper. That was a bull rush from Langham Creek. It was a miracle that was not a sack, and instead it turns into a 12-yard gain.
Offensive lineman junior Romeo Grandinos looked like he had him dead to rights but missed.
Handoff here to Fields, and Fields with a nice burst of speed past the right guard into Langham Creek territory to the 38-yard line. Another big gain there, and Cy Lakes finding some early success here on the ground.
Haven't had to throw it yet. Run game's been working. Just keep going with that right now. You're the team in white.
They're definitely establishing the run here. Now they're going to throw. Alarcon's going to chuck this one down the field. There is a man. There is caught at the 5. Touchdown, Cy Lakes. Courtney Lewis with the big catch. 38 yards, and the Spartans strike first.
Little bit of contact with him getting tough around the 5 or the 10-yard line with Cameron Wyatt, who was back covering, but an excellent job with Lewis to break free inside the 5, and a great catch.
Cy Lakes looking like they were going to go for 2 here. And it will be a direct snap and handoff, but getting hit right at the goal line, trying to spin off, couldn't get through though, and so I believe that was Jamercy Johnson, I think. Yes, it was Johnson who took the direct snap, so Cy Lakes does not convert. He was met by a sea of red jerseys right at the goal line, and so with 9:49 to play in the first quarter, it's 6-0. Cy Lakes here on the Varsity Wires Radio Network, presented by the Collette King Team.
Or sell your home? Trust the Collette King Team with REMAX, bringing you over 25 years of real estate expertise right here in your community. From first-time buyers to luxury estates, Collette and her team know the market inside and out, and they'll guide you every step of the way. Because with the Collette King Team, it's more than real estate. It's about giving you the attention and care you deserve. From cottages to castles, expect the royal treatment with the Collette King Team.
Welcome back here to Pridgeon Stadium. Zach Babb alongside Jason Metco. It's 6-0 Cy Lakes. They executed a perfect Rapid Mailroom opening drive to take a 6-0 lead. Elected to not go for the extra point, though. They went for 2. A little surprising considering the what we saw from their kicker in warm-ups, Jason.
Yeah, Siren Norris, before the game started, his last field goal attempt was from 42 yards, and he hit it right down Broadway. That could be Cy Lakes wanting to try to tighten the screws a little bit more and go up 8-0. In some respects, it's a bit of a setback.
So Norris on to kick this one off here for Cy Lakes. They do like to onside kick it a lot, and they'll go for the surprise onside here. It takes an awkward skip, and it's going to be out of bounds.
Also got a flag on the near sideline around the 40. That was a great onside kick.
It was the perfect mix of surprise, but let's see what the flag is for. It looks like this will be, well, it will be Langham Creek ball no matter what. Just a matter of where they're going to spot it here after the flag. If it was touched before it went out of bounds. There's the call from our head official.
Got free kick out of bounds. 5-yard penalty added to the end of the run. Let's go.
Well,
I like our official tonight.
Wasn't a run, but yes, where the ball went out. I like him too.
5-yard penalty, let's go.
Interesting, Todd Thompson had to have known that they're going to do onside kicks. I'm surprised that formation was not set up to receive one.
So Langham Creek now trying to respond. Down 6-0 to Cy Lakes. 9:49 to play here in the opening quarter. It's the quarterback Salazar lined up in the shotgun. Salazar, hard count, takes the snap. It's going to be a quarterback keeper on a nice little zone read play, and then he'll get plastered at the 43-yard line. Good fake of the handoff there to Jordan King, who I think about half the Cy Lakes defense thought King was keeping that ball, and instead Salazar just kept it himself and picks up a solid 3 yards out of it.
Had a couple of rushing touchdowns inside the 5-yard line last week against Waller. especially that red zone offense. Look for King to get a lot of touches.
2nd and 7 now here for Langham Creek. It'll be Salazar in the shotgun formation. 4 receivers, they're split evenly. Takes the snap. Salazar dropping back, pressure coming. Heat on him, turning, makes one man fall down, steps up, throws, high throw, caught at the 45 and knocked down at the 44. What an outstanding catch that time, I believe. I thought it was Brandon Mitchell. He's listed as a defensive back. Unless he is playing a little receiver today. Hard to tell from up here, but nonetheless, a great play from Langham Creek. Great job by Salazar to extend that play. High snap, Salazar, handoff. Running with it. King dragged down at the 45-yard line. Forward progress will keep him right there. As Nate Davis with the tackle on the play, and now Jordan King a little shaken up, and they're immediately checking on his shoulder as goes down for a loss of a yard. 2nd down and 11.
I think they're just holding him up by that shoulder, Zach. Looks like they're looking more at the left leg.
So the staff is around him.
A shout out to Andre Salazar a couple plays ago, able to escape a tackle as he was being blitzed heavily by Jai Foreman. Both quarterbacks tonight have seen pressure and have been able to pull off a Houdini act early here.
And actually, to give him proper credit, I think the man who made that catch on that extension play by Salazar was Kamari Camp, number 0. 0s, 6s, and 8s all kind of blend together when you're this high up.
Indeed they do.
So, yeah, great. Credit to Kamari Camp for getting open on that earlier play from Salazar.
Good to see King walk off the near sideline under his own power.
2nd down and 11 here. 8:27 and counting to play in the first quarter. Cy Lakes in front 6-0. Takes the snap. This is going to be a handoff running towards the outside, but some good closing speed. Trey Smith was the ball carrier. He only gets about 1.5 yards. Maybe they'll give him 2 yards as Amari Barnes able to chase him down. So 3rd down and 9 here for Langham Creek. Trips receivers to the strong side. That is the right side of the offensive line as they move from left to right on your radio dial. And now we get whistles and a flag. It comes down.
Kamari Camp on the left side moved. He was all alone there. Then Trey Smith joined him.
0. Langham Creek. 5-yard penalty. Replay the down.
So that turns a 3rd down and 9 into a 3rd down and 14 now for the Lobos. They've got some yards to make up here, sitting at the 48-yard line of Cy Lakes. 3rd and 14 for the Lobos. Spartans showing blitz. They're going to send the running back in motion. That is Smith. Blitz coming. Big hit. Throw is short, and the pressure that time on Salazar forced him to throw that ball just a tad early, and that was Deshaun Butler bringing the hammer on that blitz from Cy Lakes.
I saw 8 in the box and knew the blitz was on. Solid defense there from Cy Lakes in a game that they feel that they need to win to keep their playoff chances alive, and they have forced a punt here, Zach.
So 4th down and 14. Punting unit is on for Langham Creek. Joshua Alvarez will do the kicking, and Courtney Lewis is back deep to receive.
Love a good return right now if you're the Spartans.
Standing at his 40 is the punter. There's the snap. It's a bit of a low one. Going to be a high kind of rugby-style kick. It's spinning like a top. Takes a skip at the 25. It's going to be fielded and then lost. Who has the football? Did Cy Lakes fall on it? They did. Wow. Courtney Lewis somehow with about 5 Langham players around him. He went to field that punt after it took a hop and amazingly comes up with his own fumble, albeit back at the 4-yard line. So perfect flip of the field for Langham Creek, and they almost got a turnover out of it in the process as well.
Sometimes you just got to know where you are on the field. That could have been utmost disaster for Cy Lakes, but Lewis is able to bail himself out. Now we'll see if we see the running game from the first possession of Cy Lakes. It went to their benefits, and they capped it off with a long touchdown pass.
So 96 yards in front of the Spartans here. Alarcon standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's going to take it and run it and look out. He's got some space past the 10, gets out of the shadow of his own end zone, folded up at the 11-yard line. A solid gain of 7 that time. 2nd down and 3.
Ran the fake jet sweep there and had most of the defense coming to the near side. That allowed plenty of room for Jimmy to score to the right.
4-receiver spread here for Alarcon. 2 on either side. He's in the shotgun formation. Drops back to throw here. Under pressure now. Alarcon throwing it on the run as he's hit and just kind of tosses it over the head of Amiri Barnes. Goes out of bounds, and so it'll be 3rd down and 3 here for Cy Lakes. A great job there just to basically live to see another down for Alarcon.
Yeah, another half second, and Wesley Davis would have been all over him.
6:41 to play in this opening quarter. It's 3rd down and 3 for Cy Lakes at their own 11-yard line. Alarcon with a tight formation here. 4 receivers. They're all close to the offensive line. It's going to be a handoff to Theo Fields, and Fields with a nice second effort is going to get the first down. Pyle still spinning, and they finally take him down, but forward progress will get him to the 16. He only needed the 14. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 3. Moved the chains again for the Spartans, who are perfect on 3rd down so far in this game.
Looked like there were 15 guys all around him there, circling, almost like the beehive trying to protect the queen as Theo moved forward. But yes, enough for that first down. Fresh set of downs here. The running game is looking pretty good tonight.
And again, Cy Lakes is content to just try and keep Langham Creek's offense off the field, and so they are moving slowly here. Play clock down to 5. Alarcon down to 4, down to 3. Gets the snap, going to be a handoff to Fields. It's going to be a double reverse that didn't develop very well, but there's still some space, and then a big takedown back at the 12-yard line. That'll end up being a loss of 2. Cy Lakes tried to get a little creative there with Courtney Lewis, and it ends up going down for a loss. Actually, they'll say back to the 12, so that's going to be a loss of 4 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 14.
Ja'Cory Shine shining on that play to pick up the 4-yard loss for his defense.
2nd down and 14 here. Trips receivers to the left side of the line here as they move from right to left. Alarcon takes the snap. Going to be a handoff. Fields meets a wall of red jerseys. He is losing a yard on this play. Forward progress will get him to about the 11, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 15. That zone read that time, Metco did not fool anybody in a red jersey for Langham Creek.
No, that was a running down for sure. Now we have a passing down. We've only seen Cy Lakes be able to complete 1 good pass today, and that was for the touchdown. But this is deep in your own end, Bab. Not going to be easy facing a high-flying defense of Langham Creek.
So 3rd down and 15. Alarcon gets the signal in. Barks out instructions to his O-line. Trips to the right side this time. Takes the snap. Turns. Pump fake. Under pressure. Rolls back into the end zone. Throws this one on the run. He's got a man there. It's caught. But he's going to be well short of a first down. It was caught at the 18-yard line, so a gain of 7. And it'll bring up 4th down and 8. The punting unit going to come out here for Cy Lakes.
Well, sometimes you just need to be smart, and in that circumstance, there was a receiver downfield, way downfield around the 50, but don't think that that pass was even going to make it there, even though there was coverage. Just take what you can, picked up some yards, give your punter a decent amount of field to work with to kick this one away.
So Norris on to punt it. He's standing at his own 5. Return man back at the 45 in Langham Creek territory. They get the snap off. There's the punt. It is a sky-high spiral. Fair catch called for. And then it took an awkward hop. And we'll go all the way down to the 31, and Todd Thompson is livid. He thought there should have been fair catch interference, but no flag.
Well, the receiver back there, Malachi Allstat, did signal fair catch. I thought it might have hit a Langham Creek player at first, but no one really reacted like the ball was sort of live, I guess you could say. In any event, a good punt for Cy Lakes. Let's see if that defense can make another stop.
And Todd Thompson still giving an earful to the official, thinking there should have been kick-catch interference. But no cigar for Thompson. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Langham Creek at their own 31-yard line. 4 receivers, they are split evenly, 2 on either side. Bit of a high snap for Salazar. He picks it up. He's going to try and tuck it himself now and run. And a host of white jerseys meeting him at about the 34-yard line. Tackle made by Gavin Barnes on that play after a decent gain from kind of a broken play. Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Creek right back up to the line here. This time they'll work with 3 receivers on the left side of the line. Salazar takes the snap. He's going to tuck it and run, design quarterback run, and this time Cy Lake sniffed it out very well. He will get a yard on the play after dodging a couple of early tackles in the backfield. But nonetheless, the Spartans read that play pretty well, and the design quarterback run brings up 3rd down and 6.
Well, Jordan King is back in the game. He left the last drive after going down, looking at his left leg. He's back in there, but he has not touched the ball so far on this series.
2:48 to play here in the first quarter in a 6-0 Cy Lakes lead. 4 receivers now. They're going to split them evenly. 2 on either side. King is lined up to the left of Salazar, who is in the shotgun. He'll collect the snap and then drops the snap, picks it up, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield. That play was doomed from the start. Salazar just never had a firm grip on the football, and it goes all the way back to the 25-yard line. It's a loss of 10, and the punting unit coming on for the Lobos.
I think very briefly, Salazar looked at King as the ball was coming to him, maybe to pick up a block from King to swing out to the left side. In any event, I could say that Langham Creek caught a huge break by getting back on top of that football. And now we've got a war of punting going on here tonight, Zach.
3rd punt of the game between these 2 teams here in the first quarter. We've only had that 1 opening drive touchdown from Cy Lakes. That is it. Alvarez to punt it. Swings his leg at it. Sends this one spiraling down the field at the 40. A good little coffin corner spinorama out of bounds. And that's another good flip of the field from the special teams unit from Langham Creek. It'll go out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So they go from 25 to 25, a 50-yard punt. That's where Cy Lakes will start this drive. And like you said, Metco, it's just become a war of attrition here, and the punter's getting some work in.
They are getting some work in. The running backs are getting some work in. The quarterbacks running the ball are having some work in. The one big play tonight has been the Cy Lakes deep pass that was for a touchdown. At some point here, I think you got to start spreading things out if you want to move the ball further than 15 yards.
So 1st and 10 here for Cy Lakes. Alarcon sends a man in motion from left to, or from right to left. Takes the snap. Alarcon under pressure. Alarcon, they're trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Back the other way. Langham Creek into the end zone. Did he get there in time? Touchdown, Lobos. Blake Long, one of the captains for this team. Pick 6, and it's 6-6.
Boy, Alarcon wanted that one back. Like Zach said, they were trying for the screen, but unfortunately when Alarcon was backpedaling towards the end zone and he threw it to the far side of the field, there were 5 or 6 guys in red, and Long read it, said, "Thank you very much, I'll take it in myself." We do have a downed player on the far side of the field, a downed Spartan. So add insult to injury on the pick 6 as now we have a tie match. Presumably you'll see Langham Creek try to break it here with a PAT, but the attention right now for Cy Lakes is on the player down on the far side of the field away from us.
And I think, too, Metco, I think Blake Long, I don't know if this is, I'm trying to put myself in his head here. I don't know if he was partially shocked that he had that pick, because it seemed like he almost stood still for half a second after picking that football off. And he's like, did I really just grab this thing?
Yeah.
And then took off towards the end zone and scored.
And thankfully where he was, he had a convoy of red in front of him to sort of clear the path and made it an easy score.
Still tending to the injured Spartan here, and while they do that, it's a friendly reminder that this broadcast is being brought to you in part by Fire Reconstruction, Inc. Since 2003, Fire Reconstruction, Inc. has specialized in full-service residential and commercial restoration, roofing and structure repair services from damage caused by fire, water, storms, and mold. They handle the entire process from start to finish and get your property back to normal and better than before. Visit their website at FRI24-7.com or give them a call at 281-859-3999. Bradley Ochondo was the banged-up Spartan. He does come off the field, though, so good to see. So the Lobos PAT unit on. Alvarez will try and give them a 7-6 lead here with this extra point. Snap is a little low, but the kick is up and through the uprights and good. So with $1:29 to play in the opening frame, it's 7-6 Langham Creek off the pick six. We'll take a break here on the Varsity Wires Radio Network, presented by the Collette King Team. Veteran owned and operated since 2003, Fire Reconstruction, Inc. is the top choice for restoration services to commercial and residential properties caused by fire, water, storms, and mold. They handle the entire process from structure repair, roofing mitigation, packing out, storing, and cleaning contents to give you peace of mind. Fire Reconstruction, Inc. has been vetted and are preferred vendors of most insurance companies and is a local business that supports the local community. Visit their website at FRI24-7.com or give them a call at 281-859-3999. Fire Reconstruction, Inc. Better than before. Welcome back here to Pridgeon Stadium. Zach Babb alongside Jason Metco. It's 7-6 Langham Creek. They take the lead off of a pick six by Captain Blake Long, the linebacker. And with the extra point, have taken the lead in this game by that 1-point margin with 89 seconds to play in this first quarter. And Cy Lakes lining up here for the ensuing kickoff, fully expecting an onside kick from Langham Creek. They have 10 of their 11 guys on the field between the 40 and 50-yard line. It's teed up at the 40 here for Alvarez, the kicker. Let's see what they elect to do. It'll be a high kick, going to be fair caught. That'll bring it out to the 25 with today's modern rules.
Well, what did Coach Carter tell you during the pregame chat? A phrase that is now growing more and more in everybody's world, and I happen to like it too, which is everyone has a plan until you get punched in the mouth. Pick six is a pretty big punch in the mouth. How do you respond now if you're the Spartans?
We'll see how they do respond here as the ball's at the 25-yard line after that fair catch inside the 25. That's a newer rule in both the college and high school landscape. If you fair catch it on a kickoff inside the 25, it comes out to the 25, same as a touchback. Alarcon sends a man in motion, play action. He's going to keep it himself, tries to cut the corner, runs up. This will be a positive gain and then gets suplexed at the 31, and now a late flag comes in here. As it stands, it's a gain of 6. Officials trying to separate things out. We'll see if maybe unnecessary roughness gets called here. The Langham Creek coaches have their hands up like they don't know what the call is, but let's see from our head official.
Now Langham Creek's off, or rather defensive line.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 56. He picked him up and dumped him. 15-yard penalty to the end of the run. First down.
This might be the most honest interpretation of the rules I've ever heard from an official, and I love it. Romeo Grandos in with the slam, if you will, and add another 15. And once that flag was thrown, he jumped up and down looking like, are you kidding me? What did I do wrong there?
He picked him up and dumped him. As Alarcon going to throw. That one's going to be caught along the sidelines by Courtney Lewis. He immediately gets popped out of bounds, but not before a healthy gain up to the 47-yard line inside Langham Creek territory. It's a gain of 7, so it'll be second down and 3.
For Alarcon, the sidelines have been open tonight. There was the big touchdown pass. That was down the near sideline. That one is a sideline pass. If you're going to throw it, stick to the sidelines right now.
Hand off to Fields, and Fields goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage as Langham Creek had that play sniffed out very well. It's now third down and 3. Cy Lakes has already faced a lot of third downs in this game, granted with the exception of the screen pass pick six by Alarcon. They have fared very well on these third down scenarios.
I think they fared very well so far in this first quarter. They're within a point, could have easily been tied if they had not decided to go for two.
34 seconds left here in the first quarter. Going to be a handoff to Fields, and Langham Creek read it perfectly. That's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. Back to the 49-yard line, and now another Spartan down on the field here. One of the offensive linemen, as the training staff will come tend to him with 18 seconds left to play here in what's been a good first quarter for both of these programs. And that's actually not a lineman. That is Theo Fields who gets up. It shows you how big of a kid he is. From up here on his back,
looks like a lineman, doesn't he?
Lineman. Yeah, he gets taken down for a loss of 2, so it's 4th and 5, and now the wheel's spinning here for Tyrone Carter, and it looks like he's going to go for it on 4th down and 5.
He had that look as they were trying to hurry up here to end the quarter. You don't want to end the quarter on a bad note.
Clock runs. They don't have to snap it if they don't want to. And we'll see if maybe they try and draw Langham off sides. It's a hard count, and now looking towards the sidelines with 4 seconds, down to 3. And Cy Lakes is going to let time burn out here on the first quarter. So we've played one, and it's a good one so far. 7-6, Langham Creek in front of Cy Lakes. A missed 2-point conversion is all that's separating these two teams. Second quarter coming up here on the Varsity Wires Radio Network, presented by the Collette King Team.
Hello, Copperfield. The Wrap and Mail Room is your go-to place for wrapping, packing, and shipping. When you need UPS, FedEx, US Mail, or DHL, we'll find the most affordable and reliable option to meet your needs. Looking for notary or private mailbox, maybe holiday gift wrapping? We've got you covered. Find us at 7710 Cherry Park Drive, right in the heart of Copperfield. The Wrap and Mail Room is here for you. Packed with care, we'll get it there.
Start of the second quarter here at Pridgeon Stadium. 7-6, Langham Creek. Ball at the 49-yard line. It's a 4th down and 5. And originally, Cy Lakes lined up like they were going to go for it, but now we'll see what they elect to do here at the start of the second quarter, and it looks like they are still going to go for it. Alarcon is out there. He's got just 10 seconds on the play clock. It took a while for Cy Lakes to break their sideline huddle. Play clock down to 5. It's a low snap. Alarcon picks it up off the ground, zings this one into the flat, and nobody's there. Incomplete. Turnover on downs.
Well, he was looking for Courtney Lewis, but he felt rushed, especially since that ball took a skip and a hop, and Jimmy was basically playing that like Mookie Betts at short in the World Series, trying to make something out of nothing. Unfortunately, turnover on downs. I don't dislike the call from Tyrone Carter, but your defense has been playing well enough where you could just go deep with it and have them have to cover 80, 90 yards. Instead, now they've got half the field to go to score 6.
They're sitting at the 49 in their own territory, Langham Creek is. That's where they'll start this drive. Again, Cy Lakes their defense did not allow the only score of that first quarter for Langham Creek. It was a pick 6 that they scored on. So the defense has been pitching a shutout so far for the Spartans. We'll see what they do here as Salazar, the quarterback. 4-receiver spread. He's in the shotgun. He's got his running back lined up to his right. Takes the snap. It's going to be a swing pass to said running back. A nice little spin move, but hanging on and dragging him down. It'll be a gain of about 2 on the play. A couple Cy Lakes defenders in there to make the tackle after they hit that swing pass to Jordan King. It's 2nd down and 8.
So that's his first touch since coming off in the first quarter off the first drive with a bit of an injury bug. Might be just a stinger, but he's back in there now.
2nd down and 8 here. Same formation for Langham Creek. They don't change it up too much. They run a spread, and they like it. Dropping back, Salazar over the middle. That one's going to be caught and dragged down well past the sticks to the 38-yard line. Solid catch that time by Zayden Swift, the wide receiver on the post route. Move the chains for the Lobos, 1st and 10.
Remember the game we did a couple of weeks ago, Zach? Swift loves to run those post routes, left side, right side.
Awkward exchange and a tackle in the backfield by Cy Lakes. It was kind of a high snap. Salazar had to collect it, didn't hand it off to his running back, and then got tattooed in the backfield for a loss of 5.
I don't know about you, but second to last week of the regular season, to be seeing so many snap miscues, it's not good for either side.
It's been a little sketchy on both teams so far on these early snaps here. 2nd down and 15. They're going to send a receiver in motion from left to right. Salazar dropping back, throws this one on the post, and caught in traffic. Kamari Camp with a man draped all over him comes up with the catch. They get a lot of those yards back to the 34-yard line, and that'll make it 2nd down and 6.
I mentioned Cy Lakes being able to find the sidelines. Right now, Langham Creek is able to find those post routes on the left and the right side. It's been paying off for them.
Excuse me, 3rd down and 6, not 2nd down. That was 2nd down and 15. They pick up 11 on that play. So a big 3rd down here for Langham Creek at the Cy Lakes 34-yard line. Trips receivers to the right side here for Salazar. He's going to send the running back King in motion, and flags fly, and this is going to be a false start on the Lobos.
False start. 68, Langham Creek, 5-yard penalty.
I was expecting to hear 68, Langham Creek. He moved too fast before the ball was snapped.
Our official is very detailed today, and I actually greatly appreciate that.
Reminds me of Ed Hockley.
Yes, that's a name I haven't heard in a minute. Ed Hockley. I wonder what he's up to these days.
Well, he was a lawyer at one point, so I'm sure he's
still practicing law somewhere.
Probably living off his NFL official's pension, yeah.
3rd down and 13 here for Salazar. Drops back to throw. Ducks out of one tackle. Still running. Still going. Trying to cut back. Makes a man miss. Down to the 30 and taken down out of bounds just shy of the 1st down marker up to the 31. It's a gain of 10. And we'll bring up a very interesting 4th down and 3. And it looks like Todd Thompson's going to keep his offense on the field here as Salazar basically made something out of nothing in a play where he was almost taken down 3 times in the backfield.
You said he's a dual threat. He showed it there. Was dead to rights back around the 50-yard line. A manageable 4th down. This is easily 4-down territory here. Try to tighten the screws offensively if you're Langham Creek, but I think we're going to have a timeout first.
Yeah, Cy Lakes looked a little confused there, trying to get their personnel in for that 4th down
timeout.
Play.
Cy Lakes.
So while they discuss things, a friendly reminder that this broadcast is being brought to you in part by the Rapid Mail Room. For over 40 years, locally owned and operated, the Rapid Mail Room has been packing items with care, and they'll get it there. They've got you covered from shipping to notary, P.O. Box, and holiday gift wrapping. Located at 7710 Cherry Park Drive in the heart of Copperfield, the Rapid Mail Room is here for you. Packed with care, we'll get it there. 9:23 to play here in the first half, and what's been a good, low-scoring ball game so far. 7-6, Langham Creek leading it. The only reason they have a 1-point lead is Cy Lakes elected to go for 2 on their opening drive touchdown, did not convert, and so thus you have the 1-point lead for Langham Creek after their pick 6 that knotted the game at 6. Extra point gave them the advantage.
Something to keep in mind, Cy Lakes has not given up a score tonight. If they can stop this 4th down and 3, more confidence for them.
So a big 4th down and 3 here for Langham Creek. They have a tight end in this set here, not their usual 4-receiver spread. Salazar in the shotgun on 4th down and 3 from the Cy Lakes 31. And it may be a free play. It's going to be a chuck down the field here. It's incomplete. Was there a flag now that now one comes in? And is this going to be PI? I think it's going to be pass interference on Cy Lakes. I thought it was going to be offsides at first, but that wasn't called, and instead the pass interference does get called.
Yeah, that was something.
Defensive pass interference. 15-yard penalties from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
And look, in some respects, it's not a good look for Cy Lakes. Yes, you commit defensive pass interference inside the red zone, but when you thought that was going to be a free play anyway, chances are you're going to have a little more contact in a situation like that. Unfortunately, the flag for the jump was not called.
So now Langham Creek in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 16 of Cy Lakes, trying to add to their 1-point lead. It's going to be a handoff, but going nowhere is King. He is met in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 3 back to the 19-yard line. 2nd down 13 is, again, Cy Lakes' defense is, well, really nothing has been the issue for either team in this game, but Cy Lakes' defense is playing spectacular.
Other than the penalty that we just saw for defensive pass interference, they have pitched a shutout. We've still got 9 minutes to go in the first half, but you've got to be very, very pleased right now if you're a Cy Lakes supporter.
Again, the only score for Langham Creek was off of a pick 6. Play action. Salazar chucks it down the field, incomplete. Way too far over the head of his intended target. He's looking that time for, I believe, Nicholas Gutum.
Now we got another flag.
Nope.
Or at least the scoreboard to our left says there's a flag. I do not see one on the field.
It's back at the 28 along the sideline. Maybe a sideline warning here on Cy Lakes. Let's see.
Illegal shift will be declined. 3rd down.
So illegal shift on Langham Creek. Penalty is declined. Our white hat tonight very straight to the point with his calls. And so that'll make it 3rd down and 12. Third down and 13, rather. Takes the snap. Salazar under duress immediately. Somehow makes 2 men miss, and he's got a lot of green in front of him. Salazar into the end zone. Touchdown, Langham Creek. 19 yards scamper for Salazar on 3rd and long. Made 2 men miss in the backfield and had nothing but turf in front of him.
Well, we've already seen one escape run from him tonight. To do that on a passing down is something else. That dual threat that Salazar brings. No one around him in the same zip code. An easy 6. And things are looking bright for Langham Creek here. A little more than, well, almost halfway through this second quarter.
8:30 to play in said second quarter. Special teams unit on for the extra point. Snap down, kick up, kick on the way, kick is good. So with 8:30 to play here in the second quarter, it's 14-6 Lobos here on the Varsity Wires Radio Network, presented by the Collette King Team.
When Houston needs glass, Houston calls Northwest Glass and Mirror. From custom shower doors to sleek mirrors, from residential windows to commercial storefronts, we do it all with expert craftsmanship and hometown care. Family owned, trusted for over 40 years, and always standing behind our work. Northwest Glass and Mirror. Quality, clarity, and service you can see. Call today or visit us online. Northwest Glass and Mirror, Houston's clear choice.
$8:30 to play here in the second quarter. It's 14-6 Lobos. After a 18-yard touchdown run by the quarterback Andre Salazar, who made a couple of white jerseys miss in his wake. And the Lobos now in front by 8 here coming up on halftime. It'll be Joshua Alvarez to kick it off. Again, Cy Lakes is ready for the onside kick. Langham Creek hasn't really attempted one yet in this game, and they will still not. This one's blasted back, takes a skip at the 10, going to be fielded at the 3-yard line, makes the first man miss, but not the second. Tackled at the 10-yard line is Davian Ivey. And so, again, it'll be a long field for Cy Lakes and Metco, the kind of no man's land that Langham Creek has, where they're always threatening for an onside kick but don't really do it. And that's pinning Cy Lakes well back in their own end of the field on these kind of long, fake onside kick sort of kickoffs.
Well, look, I'm not Davian Ivey in that situation. However, the way the ball was coming, it did look like it might have had enough to make it over the goal line in a touchback.
So instead, it'll be 90 yards in front of Cy Lakes here. First down and 10, 8:24 to play. Takes the snap, handoff to Fields. Try to cut to the outside. Gets a block, but then taken down from behind after getting to the 14-yard line on a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for Cy Lakes, who need to put together a drive here, probably that at least ends in points, to try and get some more confidence back from your offense. Defense has played well, but the offense since that opening touchdown drive hasn't done too much, Jason.
See if he can get some help from Theo Fields, who did leave the last drive with a bit of a stinger. He's back in.
It'll be another handoff to Fields, and he's met in the backfield, and will be lucky just to get back to the line of scrimmage with forward progress, and it brings up 3rd down and 6.
I think Langham Creek has figured out those A and B gaps pretty solidly. 3rd and long here. You can't afford to go backwards if you're Cy Lakes. Like you said, Zach, your defense has played so well, but you can't go 3 and out. That defense needs a break.
So 3rd down and 6 here for Cy Lakes. They trail 14-6 with 7.5 minutes to play in the first half. Alarcon getting his signals out to his offensive line. Takes the snap. He's going to throw. Blitz coming. Stepping up in the pocket. Chucks this one down the field. There is a man there, and it is caught in traffic. Past the 45, past the 40. No. Or did he hang on? Yes, he did. At the 39-yard line, Courtney Lewis. What a catch and what a throw from Alarcon into traffic. Put it right on the money.
Like you said, into double coverage. Had that been picked, it would have been essentially like a punt, but still with life here, Cy Lakes.
Alarcon going to chuck it again. There is a man down there, maybe a jump ball, and it is incomplete. Kind of a 50-50 ball up in the air there around the 5-yard line, and Cy Lakes, after kind of being conservative in their offense over the last couple of drives, suddenly chucking it down the field here.
Well, they must have a lot of confidence in Courtney Lewis to jump up and try to pull the ball in. That pass intended for him yet again. So the senior wideout, will probably see a lot more of him as we move through the course of this one, especially when you're just trying to chuck it up and make a play.
The big play, by the way, went for 47 yards. Alarcon going to throw again. They're going to try and set up the jailbreak screen, and it is incomplete. It was intended for Amiri Barnes, but the officials rule it hit the turf on its way to him, and so it'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
I'm fascinated to see what Tyrone Carter calls here. You got a field goal kicker with a pretty good leg. There isn't a whole lot of wind. So you could conceivably pick up 6 or 7 here and still have it attempted a long field goal. But you also don't want to feel rushed about it and throw another interception.
5 receiver spread here for Alarcon and company on 3rd down and 10 from the Langham Creek 39-yard line. Alarcon tries to make one man miss, cannot make a second, and then fumbled the football, and it goes out of bounds. Wow, what a break there for the Spartans. Alarcon was under duress, could not get free, made a couple men miss, but then fumbled the ball and took about the most favorable Spartan hop you could ask for, out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
That took a 90-degree turn right at the 39. A huge break here. Now, your defense has had a little bit of time to rest if you're Cy Lakes. Well, hold on, Zach, they might be going for it.
They are going to go for it here on 4th down and 10. Big play call here from Tyrone Carter. Hard count. See if they may try and get him to jump again. Play clock down to 5, down to 4. Down to 2, and I think Cy Lakes took a timeout right as that ball was snapped.
Yeah, Coach Carter was inside.
Timeout. Cy Lakes.
He was inside the yard markers on the near side of the field, about 2 or 3 yards inside, and you clearly see that he was going to try to stop play here. A lot to think about with a manageable game by your defense. You really haven't surrendered much, but your offense has just been stuck in the mud. It's been big play and then 2 or 3 little plays and then big play again. Well, you really can't live that way. You're going to get burned eventually.
That 47-yard bomb really kind of stopped it got the truck out of the mud for a little bit there, because it had been spinning for Cy Lakes for a hot minute since their opening drive touchdown, but since that gain, they have not gained another yard. They basically went for a pass on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down and didn't get any yardage out of anything, and so they still sit at the 39 here on 4th and 10, looking like, anyway, like they're going to go for it. 6:39 to play before the half, trailing by 8. The 39 of Langham Creek, and the offense is back on the field here for Cy Lakes. So a big 4th down and 10. 4 receivers, 2 on either side here for Jimmy Alarcon.
Maybe Courtney Lewis an intended target again.
Langham Creek looking like they're going to bring pressure. Here it comes. Alarcon steps up in the pocket, steps away, turning to the outside, but then meets a wall of defenders, tried to fall forward, and did he fumble the football? Either way, it's going to be Langham Creek ball. He was short of the 1st down. If he fumbled it, then Langham Creek recovers. If not, it's a turnover on downs, and it's Langham Creek ball. Either way, the Lobos, no official signal yet. But it's going to be, I think they're saying Cy Lakes recovered it, but it is going to be a turnover on downs at the 30-yard line.
Well, Theo Fields was standing around the 30, had a chance to make a key lead block that probably would have resulted in a 1st down, just could not make the full connection with the defender. And now Langham Creek, with the momentum swinging back their way, as we're under 6.5 to go in the half.
14-6 still, Lobos in front, trying to add to their lead here. Again, they get the ball to start the 2nd half. 6:28 to play here before said half. Takes the snap, handoff to running back. He creates some space. Nice patience that time. Dancing around is Trey Smith to the 36-yard line. Gain of 6, and 2nd down and 4.
After Todd Thompson, wondering if you might be going for a long 2-for-1 here. Run this clock, 4 or 5 minutes, score for Cy Lakes to try to score in limited time and get the ball back to start the 2nd half.
RPO caught past the 45 and taken down at the 49-yard line. A nice catch there by Zayden Swift again on that post route via the RPO. And so Langham Creek moves the chains.
Or maybe you just want to speed things up and score in the next 2 minutes.
Takes the snap, a weird handoff to Smith. It looked like, kind of looked like Salazar was trying to run forward while handing off the ball. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. At the end of the day, he did hand it off, and it's a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, both guys were going in the same direction. It might have been, oh, is this supposed to be your ball or mine? Well, I'll just take it and see if I can pick up anything, and then he got about 3.5 feet.
5.5 minutes to play here in this 2nd quarter. Salazar takes the snap, rolls out left side, gonna look for someone to run, and instead just gets shoved out of bounds at the 49-yard line. So actually loses a yard on the play and sets up a big 3rd down and 10 here for the Lobos.
Well, we have seen the Spartan defense answer a lot tonight. Can they answer here on a 3rd down and long?
Trips receivers to the right side of the line, this time for Salazar, who was a wizard on the last 3rd down and long for a big touchdown run. Takes the snap, drops back, pressure coming, trying to step up in the pocket, turning, and can't find anyone this time, and gets taken down for a sack back at the 46-yard line. Deshaun Butler, the linebacker, leading a host of white jerseys in there for the Spartans, and another good defensive possession for Cy Lakes.
That's all well and good. Now you need your offense to generate opportunities. Get stuck out of the mud, you got to stay out of the mud, Zach. Starts with a good return here.
Joshua Alvarez on to punt it away for Langham Creek. He's standing at the 34-yard line. Back deep to receive is Courtney Lewis for Cy Lakes. 4.5 minutes to play here in the 1st half. Langham Creek milking the clock a little bit. Play clock down to 14. There's the snap. It's going to be a rugby-style Aussie kick. Takes a skip at the 20, and again, another good punt from Langham Creek. That thing is still rolling inside the 10 and dies at the 9. Wow, what a punt there.
That rolled about another 9-10 yards after touching down. Some serious English there, and Cy Lakes deep in their own end. We've already seen a possession for them tonight, Zach, deep in their own end when they hurried it, and it burned them with a pick 6.
So it was Alvarez again with the good punt to flip the field, and now Cy Lakes again with 4:08 to play here before halftime, staring at a lot of green grass. Officially 1st and 10 from the 9. 4 receivers for Alarcon. Running back is Fields. He's lined up to Alarcon's left. Takes the snap. Handoff. Fields trying to hit the hole up the middle, but not a lot of space. He'll pick up about 2 yards to the 11. And it'll bring up second down and 8.
Now, how aggressive do you want to be right now if you're Tyrone Carter? Cy Lakes does not have the ball to start the second half. That goes to Langham Creek. You've got only one timeout, too, if you're the Spartans. Something to keep in mind.
Takes the snap here on second down. It's going to be a quick pass into traffic and intercepted, and still trying to fight through, spinning out and into the end zone. Touchdown! Unbelievable. Jaden Nelson with basically 2 Spartans draped on him. Made the interception and then spun out of an arm tackle for the second pick 6 of the game for Langham Creek, and it's 20-6 Lobos.
The second pick 6 with Cy Lakes deep in their own end. It was not the same exact defensive coverage that time. It was not the same throw by Jimmy. This was more towards the sideline. But like you said, Zach, there were 2 Langham Creek defenders there. Almost an easier pick 6 than the last one.
So the defense of Langham Creek getting it done in what's been a defensive war. Extra point is up and good with 3:26 left to play here in the first half. And a friendly reminder, if you are looking to buy or sell your home, trust the Collette King Team with REMAX, bringing you over 25 years of real estate expertise. From first-time buyers to luxury estates, Collette and her team know the market inside and out, and they'll guide you every step of the way. From cottages to castles, expect the royal treatment with the Collette King Team. Give Collette a call at 713-206-7653. And both defenses, Metco, have played outstanding, but there's only one defense that has a pair of pick 6s, and that is the Langham Creek Lobos.
And Andre Salazar, I don't think, is going to make those kind of mistakes because he does have the ability to run, and we've seen him with a long touchdown run tonight. If Cy Lakes is not careful, this is going to turn into a runaway very, very quickly. There's still 3:26 to go. Yes, Cy Lakes gets the ball back, but they have to find ways to be consistent on offense, and it cannot continue to be a big play and then nothing, or a big play and then a pick 6.
That has been the issue today for Cy Lakes. Just can't really get the offense rolling. Langham Creek not faring exactly way better, but then again, they don't have 2 pick 6s, and they also have a rushing touchdown from Andre Salazar, their quarterback. Here comes the kickoff. It's a high kick. Going to be fielded at the 18 for a fair catch, which will bring it up to the 25. So Cy Lakes, after scoring the first points of the game off of a long touchdown, have watched the Lobos put up 21 unanswered on them. And need something here to stem the bleeding because they cannot ask much more out of their defense, who has only allowed 7 points. The other 14 have been pick 6s.
Your defense cannot play offense. I guess theoretically you could bring in those guys and have them eligible as receivers and whatnot, but right now if you're Cy Lakes, just go back to what worked on that first drive.
So Alarcon trying to put the last pick 6 behind him, hands it off here to Fields, and he'll push his way forward to the 28. Gain of 3 brings up second down and 7.
That's a good start. Clock is working under 3 as we approach that, but the other thing to keep in mind here is Cy Lakes with only 1 timeout remaining. You got Langham Creek using none yet. They've still got all 3 of them.
Alarcon drops back to throw. Going to chuck this one down the field, and it is incomplete. Way too tall for his intended target and for the defender on the play. That was J.C. Collins in coverage, and neither could get to that football on the long throw. It's third down and 7.
Trying to go to Darius Watson. And yeah, we've seen a couple of those deep passes tonight work for Cy Lakes. That one was just way overthrown where no one had an opportunity.
2:54 to play here in the second quarter. Lobos in front 21-6.
Kind of feel you need to convert on this third down, because if you don't, you're punting, and your opposition has all 3 timeouts left under 3 minutes to go in the half, and they get the ball to start the second half.
And the 2-minute timeouts. This will be a play action. Alarcon on the run, throws this one into the flat. Big catch. First down for Cy Lakes. Turn the corner. 45, 40, still going. 40, down to the 35-yard line. A late flag comes in. This may add to a big play on the short little pass up to the 34-yard line. What a gain on 3rd down and 7 for Aquarius Crowder.
They don't all have to be deep bombs. Sometimes the screen works nice.
Let's check what the flag is for. Wondering if it was a horse collar or maybe a face mask.
I know we're going to get a detailed description. I know that.
Now they're already marching the ball forward even before the announcement here. So this is going to be a big game.
Personal
for
foul.
Lakes.
Horse collar tackle, 15-yard penalty, added to the end of the run. First down.
Boy, you have given Cy Lakes life.
Just a 3rd down stop away from, as a former coach from Oklahoma used to say, dominate the 8s for Langham Creek. Try and take it into the end zone before the half and get the ball back and try and do it again. Instead, Cy Lakes in the red zone now. 2:25 and counting here to go in this first half. 21-6, they trail. Alarcon dropping back, going to throw this one into the flat, caught and out of bounds, plastered right at the first down marker. They're going to mark him out, I think, though, at the 6, a yard short. Clock stops, though. Making that catch again was Aquarius Crowder, who's suddenly making some big plays. 2nd down and 1 officially. They're going to send a man in motion. This is a broken play. Flag comes out, and I think it's going to be a false start. 2 Cy Lakes players collided with each other as Alarcon faked the handoff kind of to both of them. But
usually not a good sign.
False start. Number 9, Langham Creek. 5-yard penalty. Replay the down.
We said on Langham Creek, but that was on Davian Griffin for Cy Lakes. And the Cy Lakes players are pointing at Langham Creek saying, hey, it was on Langham Creek. But yeah, that was, you can't have a false start on the offense. Or on the defense, excuse me. This is causing some confusion here, and I think Tyrone Carter is asking the same thing. The play clock's down to 4. He's going to burn his final timeout.
Timeout, Langham Creek.
Well, you can't take them with you. And
might as well use them.
And you're in good position here, even if you do not score. With the 13 seconds to go, you'll get another timeout for the 2-minute timeout. So, in essence, you have 2 timeouts. You're in the opponent's
timeout. Cy Lakes.
Like we said,
yes.
Cy Lakes. This is the best opportunity they have had since the first drive. If you convert on this, you're back within 2 scores. Now, the Lobos still have all 3 of their timeouts. I don't expect them to use any here until they get the ball back, presuming they get the ball back to start the next drive.
That was Cy Lakes' 3rd and final timeout.
So both teams discussing this after that Cy Lakes timeout. There's still the 2-minute timeout to deal with in 13 seconds. It's 2nd down and 6, though, right now for the Spartans at the 11-yard line.
And the good news here for Cy Lakes, Zach, is you can also get a first down here. You get it inside the 5, get a fresh set of downs. So you can work a lot of this clock if you want.
Try and keep it out of Langham's hands for the rest of the half. Alarcon going to run the option here, and it's just not developing very well. He's still going to fight forward to the 9. So gain of 2, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 4 here after the 2-minute timeout. So a big
2-minute officials timeout.
A big 3rd down coming up here for Cy Lakes on the other side of the 2-minute timeout. This is the Varsity Wires Radio Network presented by the Collette King Team.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Texas needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Third down and 4 here at the 2-minute timeout for Cy Lakes. It is a big one. The officials have all huddled at the 9. And I'm not exactly sure why. They sent both teams off for a second. Now they're all coming back on again. So whatever it was must have not been serious.
Apparently not.
So a big third down and 4 here for Cy Lakes. They can get a first down at the 5. They're sitting at the Langham Creek 9, trailing 21-6. Blitz being shown by Langham Creek. Takes the snap. They rush 4, throw on the slant, incomplete, but a flag comes in. This is going to be pass interference. It was bang, bang, but I do think the Langham defender got there just a little early and made contact with Amiri Barnes.
I think you're right.
Waiting for the call.
Defensive pass interference. Half of this to the goal. Automatic first down.
So a fresh set of downs for Cy Lakes here. First and goal from the 2.
Wonder how quickly you try to score here if you're the Spartans. Lobos, with all 3 of their timeouts, could run an easy 2-minute offense the other way.
And they're going to line up in a tight formation here. Fields the direct snap. He's going to run it to the outside, cuts back inside, and gets submarined at the 1. So that clock will continue to burn. And Langham Creek is going to take their first timeout.
Timeout. Langham Creek. That's their first timeout.
Well, clearly Langham Creek thinks they can score with a minute to go, presumably if we get that low.
Officially, it'll be a gain of nothing. So I'll mark them at the 2. It's an interesting formation on the kind of the tight wildcat, if you will, with the direct snap to Theo Fields, who couldn't really find a seam.
That was a heavy jumbo package on the right side. We all think we pretty much knew where Theo was going to go when we saw that formation. Wasn't going to go left.
So 1:46 to play here before the half on second and goal from the 2. Spartans needing a touchdown here badly, trailing 21-6. They scored the first touchdown of the game. Since then, the Lobos have rattled off 21 unanswered. And here comes Cy Lakes running to the line of scrimmage, lining up here. It's going to be another direct snap to Fields, and Fields right up Broadway into the end zone. No signal yet. Still waiting. Touchdown, Cy Lakes. Theo Fields on the 2-yard direct snap keeper has made it a 21-12 game.
And he did not take that right tackle like he did on the last one. That was a straight A-gap run. And now we'll have a point after touchdown, or are they going to go for 2 again, Zach? They're 0 for 1 in that department tonight.
It looks like they are going to go for the field goal here. They kind of showed that open swinging gate formation for a second, but end up closing it. Langham Creek trying to pressure on the left side here. Snap. No, they're going to fake it. It's going to be a fake on the 2-point conversion, and the throw is just too tall for Jamiri Johnson. Oh, man, he was open. And it's incomplete instead, and so it stays 21-12.
Had a good look. We've seen Tyrone Carter try to bring out some tricks. We mentioned that off the bat the night before Halloween. Certainly some tricks. Not all have gone the treat variety for Side Lakes. But look, Zach, they're back in the contest. Now, saying that, Langham Creek has 2 of their timeouts left. 93 seconds to go. They can cover a lot of ground, especially Andre Salazar running the ball here. Plenty of time for Langham Creek to possibly have a 2-for-1 as they get the ball to start the second half.
As you said, $1:33 left here in the second quarter, 21-12. Cy Lakes back in it, albeit still down by 2 scores in a 9-point game. Now just need one more stand from their defense before heading into the locker room here. Again, Langham Creek will get the ball to start the second half. No timeouts left for Cy Lakes. Langham Creek's got 2. They can try and dominate the 8s, as one Seth Luttrell once said quite a bit. It looks like Cy Lakes is going to kick this deep. They tried a surprise onside kick earlier. It did not work out, but I don't think you want to give Langham Creek a short field in this scenario. And it is going to be a deep kick here. And goes out of bounds. So right along the edge of the sideline, barely, maybe 3 yards out of bounds. And so
free kick out of bounds. 5-yard penalty. Ball will be on the 30-yard line.
Well, that's the second time tonight that Cy Lakes has had a kickoff go out of bounds. You mentioned the onside kick that didn't work. It didn't work not because Langham Creek recovered the football. Langham Creek didn't have anyone around as the ball went back behind the first line, but Cy Lakes was not able to track it down before it went out of bounds.
So 1st and 10 from the 30, and now one of the officials running up here and stopping things for a second, the back judge, but looks like it's going to be where the ball is spotted on the 30. They originally had it on the left hash, now they'll move it to the middle.
Or will they?
And now they'll move it back to the left hash.
Move it to the right hash. We got time.
And now we're ready for play, I think.
There we go. Umpires left it now.
There we go. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line here for the Lobos. Salazar takes the snap, drops back, throws this one into the flat, incomplete. A little too low for his intended target of Ethan Robinson. And brings up 2nd down and 10. Just 3 seconds come off the clock here. You got to think, too, Metco. Cy Lakes obviously can't take any more timeouts, but if Langham Creek goes 3 and out here and does not keep that clock running, then the Spartans may have a chance to do something before this clock hits 0. We're showing blitz. It's going to be a handoff and a tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Jordan King flying in. Or Jordan King on the carry, and was beaten hard in the backfield, or almost in the backfield, right at the 30, 3rd down and 10. And now we'll see if Langham Creek just wants to let this clock run.
Still waiting to see King break open one tonight. He hasn't had any of that variety.
They're going to hand it off to King here, and he will not get past the line of scrimmage. He is flattened at the 30. And Langham Creek will have to punt this away, but the clock is moving. So it would only leave, there's about a 19-second difference between the play clock and the game clock. So.
And we have not seen the best returns tonight from Cy Lakes.
In fact, Langham Creek's keeping their offense on the field here on 4th and 10 at their own 30. And they just may let this go all the way down and take a timeout. They look like they have no intention of snapping the ball. And Todd Thompson watching the clock. Calls timeout with 1 second left on the play clock and exactly 19 seconds left on the game clock. So Langham Creek will put it away.
Langham Creek. That's the second charge timeout.
We'll see if Cy Lakes has any magic they can pull out of their hat here with 19 seconds left to play before the half.
Well, we know they can throw the deep ball.
They've done that a couple times.
But you're going to probably need to get to at least your own 40 to have a reasonable chance of doing that. Now, another scenario is you field this cleanly, you take it to roughly the 30, maybe the 40 if you're lucky, throw a deep ball, have your guy make a catch, run up, spike it, kick a field goal. We've seen their field goal kicker tonight in warm-ups make more than 40-yarders, so it is doable, but it all starts with a good return, and Cy Lakes has not had the best punt returns tonight.
It's Courtney Lewis standing at his own 40 here. Joshua Alvarez to punt it away, standing at his own 18.
A lot of these kicks tonight have picked up another 10, 15 yards after they've hit the ground.
And whistles and flags, and Langham Creek jumped early. So false start here on the Lobos.
False start. Number 3, Langham Creek. 5-yard penalty. Replay, 4th down.
So this backs him up a little bit more, and maybe makes this a little more interesting with 5 extra yards here for the Spartans. So now Alvarez standing at his own 13. Lake's looking like they want to come after this. High snap, and just a rocket of a kick right up the middle. And getting out of the way is Cy Lakes, and it takes actually a favorable Langham Creek roll, or a Cy Lakes roll, up to the 40 with exactly 7 seconds left to play. That was mighty dangerous for a second there for the Lobos, Metco.
Boy, did Josh Alvarez get any lucky there. He was able to turn to his right. Had he had to go to his left, there was a real possibility that Cy Lakes would have put a paw on that. And the way that Alvarez kicks the ball, again, we saw it right there. It takes a bounce. It rolls another 7 to 10 yards in your favor.
So no timeouts, 7 seconds left. We'll see if Cy Lakes attempts to chuck it, or if they're content to take a knee.
I think you got to at least try, knowing that the other team gets the ball to start the second half.
And we got a new quarterback in here. Maybe this is the quarterback who can really chuck it down the field. It is going to be a throw. Look out. Here is the high throw down the field. It's in no man's land, and it's knocked away, incomplete. That was Darius Watson coming in to throw it as far as he could. It fell incomplete harmlessly to the turf. And so we have reached halftime. It is 21-12. Lobos in front of the Spartans. Langham Creek set to get the ball to start the second half, and a good one here at Pridgeon Stadium on the Varsity Wires Radio Network, presented by the Collette King Team.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Trust the Collette King Team with REMAX, bringing you over 25 years of real estate expertise right here in your community. From first-time buyers to luxury estates, Collette and her team know the market inside and out, and they'll guide you every step of the way. Because with the Collette King Team, it's more than real estate. It's about giving you the attention and care you deserve. From cottages to castles, expect the royal treatment with the Collette King Team.
Veteran owned and operated since 2003, Fire Reconstruction Inc. is the top choice for restoration services to commercial and residential properties caused by fire, water, storms, and mold. They handle the entire process from structure repair, roofing mitigation, packing out, storing, and cleaning contents to give you peace of mind. Fire Reconstruction Inc. has been vetted and are preferred vendors of most insurance companies and is a local business that supports the local community. Visit their website at fri24-7.com or give them a call at 281-859-3999. Fire Reconstruction Inc. Better than before.
Hello, Copperfield. The Wrap and Mail Room is your go-to place for wrapping, packing, and shipping. When you need UPS, FedEx, US Mail, or DHL, we'll find the most affordable and reliable option to meet your needs. Looking for notary or private mailbox, maybe holiday gift wrapping? We've got you covered. Find us at 7710 Cherry Park Drive, right in the heart of Copperfield. The Wrap and Mail Room is here for you. Packed with care, we'll get it there.
When Houston needs glass, Houston calls Northwest Glass and Mirror. From custom shower doors to sleek mirrors, from residential windows to commercial storefronts, we do it all with expert craftsmanship and hometown care. Family owned, trusted for over 40 years, and always standing behind our work. Northwest Glass and Mirror. Quality, clarity, and service you can see. Call today or visit us online. Northwest Glass and Mirror, Houston's clear choice.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Texas.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the UIL, are the 825,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Texas. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible, because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Texas needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Second half just about ready to get underway here between Langham Creek and Cy Lakes. 21-12 is the score. Lobos in front, and Lobos slated to get the ball to begin the second half. It's been a defensive battle so far. Zach Babb alongside Jason Metco. As 2 pick sixes have really told the story of this game. Otherwise, you're looking at a 12-7 Cy Lakes lead. That being said, Cy Lakes' defense has only given up 7 points, so it's just been a battle of the better defense, and right now, Langham Creek's defense is winning that battle, albeit Cy Lakes has played very well.
Well, you mentioned the halftime adjustments that are so much talked about in sports these days. Langham Creek has the ball to start the second half. How much of Andre Salazar are we going to see running the ball? I want to see more of Jordan King. I know he was a little bit banged up in the first half. Maybe that changes. He gets more touches here in the second half.
Kickoff is all the way into the end zone for a touchback here to begin the second half. So Langham Creek will start at their own 25-yard line. 21-12. Was that a Rush album, 21-12?
Maybe.
I know I'm putting you on the spot for your Rush knowledge.
No. I mean, I know who would know. Ted Emmerich, who's calling the Rice football game tomorrow night on ESPN2, would certainly know that.
Well, let's check in with Ted, maybe.
He can't be bothered by us. You know that.
So here we go. 1st and 10. They're going to go from the right hash. This is not the first time we've struggled to figure out what hash it should be on, and now they're going to move it back to the middle again, to the left hash. Okay.
Now, we don't need Ted. You are correct, sir. The 4th studio album.
21-12.
Mm-hmm. That's impressive. I did not consider you to be musically literate.
Barely.
No, it's pretty good taste in music, anyway.
Takes the snap here. This will be a play-action RPO over the middle. Takes a couple awkward deflections. Intended target was Zayden Swift, but it falls incomplete off the pass from Andre Salazar.
There's that post route again that we've seen Swift be a part of the last couple games that we've had a Langham Creek contest to do. And going out early, still no real touches here for Jordan King since probably midway through the first quarter. But he is out here. Tailback to the Salazar's left.
Takes the snap. He's under pressure. They're trying to set up the screen. It's a high catch and going nowhere. This is going to be a big-time loss. All the way back to the 17-yard line, loss of 8. And what was a 2nd and 10 turns into a 3rd and 18. Gavin Barnes blew that play up.
Well, you knew that sometime it was going to go to King on this drive. It did there, and Cy Lakes' defense, which has been so impressive through the course of this contest tonight. Like you said, Zach, if Cy Lakes' offense could get stuck out of the mud and didn't have those 2 pick sixes, this would be a completely different game.
So, 3rd down and 18 for Langham Creek. Salazar back to throw. Pocket collapsing around him, and he's going to be dragged down from behind, and thought there might have been a risk for a horse collar there. None forthcoming as Isidro Jimenez gets to him for the sack. It is 4th in a Walmart parking lot.
As good as the Cy Lakes defense has played tonight, they have not had a set like they just had. Pushing 8 yards of negative for Langham Creek. A phenomenal job by Cy Lakes. Hopefully now, good field position and a drive that can result in points offensively.
Punting unit on. And the kick almost blocked, but it's still a rocket. Going to take a skip at the 50 and then take a roll. There's a flag that comes in late. It's spun backwards to the 44 in Langham Creek territory. So, depending on the flag, this could be great field position for Cy Lakes.
Well, in many respects, it already is great field position, whether it goes back or forward here. Those Alvarez punts tonight All of them have bounced in favor of Alvarez tonight.
Illegal block in the back, white 10. White 10, illegal block in the back.
Alvarez's punts have always gone for his favor tonight. They've rolled another 5-10 yards down the field. That one tonight, the first one we've seen that has not gone his way.
So the flag is against Cy Lakes. That'll back him up a bit here. So it flips them from the 45 of Langham Creek territory to their own 45. 10:23 to play here in the third quarter. It's 21-12. Langham Creek over Cy Lakes, but the Spartans trying to get back into it here, down by 9.
Still the best field position they've had tonight.
Alarcon takes the snap, zone read, hand off to Fields, who tries to hit the A-gap, finds a little bit of space up to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and will bring up second down and 6.
This game very important for Cy Lakes, as we mentioned. If they want to make a run at a playoff push for the first time ever, they've got to win this game. Yes, there's one more game to go next week, but you can't really be thinking about that right now.
Trips to the weak side of the line here. It's going to be another handoff to Fields. Gets a block and busts through into the second level. 40, 30, down the right sideline. 25, 20, 15, and tackled from behind inside the 15-yard line at the 14. Big gain there for the Spartans as Theo Fields got an early block and then took off. It's first down and 10 in the red zone for the Spartans.
Agent Zero finding that right side. Plenty of green grass to run. What a drive here for Cy Lakes. This looks like a completely different team offensively so far than what we saw in the first half.
9.5 to play here in the third quarter. Cy Lakes down by 9. Here's a throw over the middle in and out of the hands of the intended target, Amiri Barnes. Tried to hit him on that post route over the middle. Throw was just an inch too low, and it falls to the turf. Second down and 10 from the 14.
I mean, the way Cy Lakes has been moving the ball on this first drive for them in the second half, it seems like what Langham Creek was able to do successfully so many times in the first.
Long look over to the sidelines, and now Alarcon lines up his offense here. Shotgun formation. Receivers are split evenly, 2 on either side, and a 4-receiver set. Langham Creek showing blitz, play action over the middle. Same play, opposite side, touchdown, Cy Lakes. Aquarius Crowder on the post. This time, instead of going from right to left, they go from left to right on the post and get into the end zone. A 14-yard touchdown pass from Jimmy Alarcon. It's 21-18.
Well, they almost had success going on that first post from right to left, so why not go back to it, flip the field from left to right? It pays off. And boy, what a start for Cy Lakes. They go the 3-and-out defensively, force Langham Creek to go backwards, and now they score, and we got a ball game, Zach.
See if they actually attempt an extra point here. They've gone for 2 both times and failed. This time the kick is up and the kick is good, and that football will go all the way to the field house. So it's 21-19 with 9:19 to play here in the third quarter. Lobos still in front, but the Spartans, after surrendering 21 unanswered, have scored 13 unanswered themselves. It's 21-19 Lobos here on the Varsity Wires Radio Network, presented by the Collette King Team.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Trust the Collette King Team with REMAX, bringing you over 25 years of real estate expertise right here in your community. From first-time buyers to luxury estates, Collette and her team know the market inside and out, and they'll guide you every step of the way. Because with the Collette King Team, it's more than real estate. It's about giving you the attention and care you deserve. From cottages to castles, expect the royal treatment with the Collette King Team.
9:19 to play here in the third quarter, and Cy Lakes is right back in it. They went up 6-0, then went down 21-6. Since then, 13 unanswered points to make it 21-19. Langham Creek still leads, but that lead has dwindled. And the Spartans getting ready to kick it off here, down by just 2. It's a high kick, end over end, heading towards the sideline. It takes a skip at the 3 and heads through the end zone for a touchback. So Cy Lakes content with the deep kicks after trying a surprise onside kick early in this contest. And Langham Creek will start 1st and 10 from their own 25 after going backwards On their last drive, it was a 3-and-out that ended with them being about 4th and 25.
I mean, all three phases right now in this second half have clicked for Cy Lakes. You mentioned the offense for Langham Creek going backwards. Then Cy Lakes takes it and runs it down the field. Even special teams, a kick that does not go out of bounds, that goes in for a touchback.
Handoff on the sweep to King. He's trying to turn the corner and plows into a pair of Spartan defenders at the 31-yard line. So a good run to the outside right for a gain of 6. It's 2nd down and 4.
And you take away those 2 missed 2-point conversions, we would have a tie game right now, presuming that the PATs were converted by just the 1-point variety for the Spartans.
Salazar, the quarterback here for Langham Creek, gives the handoff to Jordan King, and King goes backwards. This is going to be a loss of 2 back to the 29-yard line. Deshaun Butler, we've said his name quite a few times tonight with the TFL there.
And this defense, Zach, has played so well the entire night. Now you have what the offense was just able to do for Cy Lakes. That is fueling this defense even more.
And in a must-win game for Cy Lakes to try and keep their playoff hopes alive. They are coming alive here in this second half. 3rd down and 6 for Langham Creek. Receivers are split evenly. All-out blitz for Cy Lakes. Salazar scrambling out, right side, turning, still going, 50, 40, still going past the 30, and finally, no, still on his feet, popped through to the 25-yard line. Unbelievable quarterback keeper for Andre Salazar.
He's a little slow to rise to his feet, probably because he's winded. The amount of coverage that he had to go on that particular play, it looked like maybe Langham Creek might have caught a break. Looked like there was some offensive holding on the left side of the line. But Salazar, who's already broken one deep tonight for a touchdown, call on number 4 to make a big play. He did just that.
Needed 6 yards on 3rd down. Instead, he goes for 46. 1st and 10. High snap, Salazar. Little head fake. Creates some space right up the middle and will make something out of nothing once more to the 19-yard line. Gain of 6 there. 2nd down and 4. And you just see the raw athleticism that Andre Salazar has. Able to extend plays and make plays, and he's doing both.
And for Cy Lakes right now, it's how do we stop 4? Not only with him throwing the ball, which he is capable of doing, but that running attack that he has is even more deadly tonight.
Same formation again here. Shotgun, 2 receivers on either side, and a 4 wide out set. Play action. Looking. Salazar escapes 2 arm tackles, cuts left, tries to escape a 3rd, but could not. Goes down back at the 27-yard line. That is a big loss as Corbin Phillips coming in for the sack. Turns a 2nd and 4 into a 3rd down and 12. A loss of 8 on the play there. Now Langham Creek needs a little bit of magic here. Not like they've been lacking magic on 3rd down in this game. You thank Andre Salazar for a lot of that. Trips to the right side here as they move from right to left on your radio dial. They're going to send the running back King in motion out left. Takes the snap, under pressure, blitz coming, and he's taken down again at the 35. A huge sack for Cy Lakes.
That was a will linebacker blitz the entire way by Khalil Costello. No chance for Salazar to even escape that. Because he went 5 wide, there was no one to protect him, and a clean hit. Cy Lakes' defense, which has answered the call so many times tonight, does it again, Zach. And now a chance for Cy Lakes to maybe have the ball back and score to take the lead.
It's knocked him out of field goal range, and they're going to go for it on 4th down and 20, or maybe a quick kick. Salazar backing up like he's going to punt it, and he does. And this is going to go all the way, take a spin at the 1 and down at the 1-yard line. What a punt by the quarterback.
And what a touch by Mason Dowdy. Lunging to his left to knock that down at just outside the 1 as he was going into the end zone.
Officially, they'll mark it at the 2, but what a flip of the field. You talk about both teams playing good in all 3 phases, special teams included. We have seen that tonight, Metco.
Especially in this second half, it's like a throttle for both teams has finally been pressed to the floor. There were a lot of stops and starts in that first half, and this is a completely different game from what we saw in the first two quarters, Zach.
5:28 to play in the third. It's 21-19. Langham Creek in front, but Cy Lakes backed up at their own 2. Alarcon standing about 4 yards deep in his end zone. Play action. He's just going to try and chuck this one high down the field, and it's incomplete. Too tall for his intended target. He was looking for Courtney Lewis. In coverage that time was J.C. Collins.
Well, if you're Jimmy Alarcon, you want to have a short memory. 2 times tonight you have been deep in your own end, and you've thrown a pick 6, which has swung the game back for the Lobos. This is by far the furthest back you are in the end zone as you're taking the snap in the shotgun. You cannot afford to make a third mistake.
4-receiver spread here. Can take the snap, play action, and this may look out. Whoa, Alarcon dancing all over the place, and he's going to go down. That's a safety. Alarcon taken down in the backfield by Ezekiel Ayangbile. And it's 23-19. Langham Creek's defense responds to Cy Lakes with the 2-pointer. It's 23-19 with 5:13 to play here in the third quarter.
Well, I must confess, when I was thinking mistakes, I was thinking an interception. Then I remembered, oh, they're inside the 2. A safety is a distinct possibility. A solid defensive read by the front 4 of Langham Creek. They're rewarded with 2 and the ball coming back their way, Zach.
4-point lead now for the Lobos. 5:13 to play in the third quarter. Man, what a performance by both of these defenses tonight. Langham Creek's defense, if you had them in Texas high school football fantasy, you'd be racking up points. 2 pick-6s and a safety tonight.
So they have scored 14 points. That is crazy. And yet the Spartans are not out of this game.
It's only a 4-point difference. 23-19. And now the kickoff comes from the 20-yard line, or the safety free kick, if you will. So Langham Creek likely will have good field position out of this kick.
Well, you thought when the schedule came out, talking with me about doing games, oh yeah, I think you've got 2 good games. We had one good a couple of weeks ago, and we've got one good here tonight.
Apparently all we have to do is just kick Mac out of the booth, and we have a great game. Here's the kick. It's a good one, all the way back to the 22-yard line, being returned by Swift. Swift up the middle. Swift cut back. Still going. Swift, 45, outside to the 40. Still going, trying to stiff arm a defender at the 30. Lost his lid and then goes out of bounds. Flags fly everywhere. 3 of them out immediately. And what a gritty run there. That was shades of Jason Witten for Zayden Swift, who lost his bucket and just kept going.
Lost his chapeau for about 15 yards and just kept going. Set up on a great return, but we will see what this flag is about. This feels like a playoff game.
It does. It's a de facto playoff game. Both of these teams need a win to keep their playoff hopes going. And the officials are huddled at the 27 discussing what amounts to, count them, 4 flags on the field at the end of that play.
I wonder if this could be a face mask because his helmet came off.
There's also, is it a penalty these days to continue playing once you lose your helmet? I don't know if that rule has trickled down to high school or if it's just some high school.
Well, I mean, what is Swift supposed to do in that case? Just stop running?
Yeah, I don't know. This is going to be interesting to see what they come up with out of this.
All the flags came essentially at the end of the play.
Todd Thompson standing out past the numbers.
We have 2 infractions on the play. We have a face mask on Cy Lakes, and the runner continued to participate with his helmet off. Those penalties go offset. First down.
Well, I think we just answered our own question.
There you go. So that is a rule in the Texas high school ranks, is if you lose your lid, you got to basically give yourself up, which is...
The ball is at the spot where his helmet came off on. First down.
I mean, that sounds simple in theory, but hard in practice.
Yeah, you're telling an athlete who's just used to going at 1,000,000 miles an hour to suddenly stop when their helmet comes off. That's a hard thing to do. So here comes Langham Creek. It's 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line, and somehow King bouncing off defenders went backwards and then gets taken out at the 35. That's going to be a loss of 7 on a handoff. Trying to extend the play, and Deshaun Butler again just sticking to King like glue.
Well, that linebacking core has stepped up here in this second half. Costello with the sack earlier. That time, Butler with the chase down of King. Kudos to the linebacking core of the Spartans tonight.
4.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter, and a 4-point Langham Creek lead. They have the ball, trying to add to said lead, but facing a 2nd down and 18. Play action, look out, taken down again. Another sack for Cy Lake's defense. Jamercy Johnson that time and Anthony Powell combining on the sack. Back at the 45-yard line, it's 3rd and 27. This Cy Lake's defense is playing out of their minds at the moment.
And the Spartans are just bringing it. They are not carrying. They've got 6, 7, 8 in the box, and they are just blitzing like it's coming on every play. And Salazar can't get out of his own way right now.
So 3rd and 27 here for Langham Creek. Takes the snap. This is going to be a quick RPO pass over the middle. Was it caught? No, incomplete. The SFAR official giving the washout signal. And now Langham Creek backed way up, 4th and 27. And yeah, Todd Thompson going to send out the punting unit. And just when you thought Langham Creek might find a little bit of an edge, Cy Lakes' defense comes up with 3 huge plays.
I mean, remember what we talked about at the beginning of the game, that Cy Lakes was competitive against Cy Ridge? Maybe the reason they were competitive was because of the defense. You and I didn't see that game, but you limit one of the best teams in the district to 21 points. Your defense is doing something right, and they're doing it again here tonight.
Joshua Alvarez to punt this one away. Cy Lakes looking like they're going to come after it, and they did. And no flags or anything. There was a collision with the punter. It was kind of a half-hearted one. The ball comes to a rest at the 12. And so that is where Cy Lakes will start this drive from their own 12-yard line, very close to at least running into the kicker on Cy Lakes. But the punt gets off anyway, and so the Spartans will start again buried back in their own end. Though not as bad as last time where they had to start from the 2, and Langham Creek took advantage of it with the safety.
But all of those 14 points that the defense for Langham Creek has scored tonight have come on offensive plays for Cy Lakes inside of their own 20.
This is going to be a handoff to Fields, and he does not have a lot of room. Lucky just to get back to the line of scrimmage there. And it's 2nd down and 10.
This is almost a completely different game, I feel, from what we saw in the first half. Just the way that both teams, especially their defenses, have played.
Another no zone read, RPO to the outside and trying to turn the corner. 20, 25, that's going to be a 1st down, and running out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Solid pickup that time of about 13 on the play for Davian Griffin. Moves the chains. 1st and 10 for the Spartans, who are trying to take their first lead since they were up 6-0 on this drive. They trail by 4 with 2:46 to play in the third quarter. Takes the snap. Alarcon, keeper on the zone read, and gets up to the 37. So a solid gain of 8 that time as he calls his own number.
Well, you talked with Tyrone Carter earlier, and he mentioned this, and we'll do it again. Get punched in the mouth, see how you respond. This Cy Lakes team has been punched in the mouth a lot this season, and for them to have this kind of performance in the second half against a very good Langham Creek team, I think speaks volumes of the tenacity and the gumption that they have as they try to get into the playoffs.
Send a man in motion from left to right. This will be a handoff to Fields, and he'll turn the corner left side and pick up the 1st down. He needed the 39. He got to the 42. So gain of 5, and it's 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs at the 42-yard line. Cy Lake's trying to march down the field here, starting to get some more chunk plays on the ground, which we hadn't seen as much.
I was just going to say that first half was a lot of stops and starts. This has been more fluid the last 2 drives.
Another handoff to Fields, measuring, started left, cut back right, still doesn't find a lot of room and gets taken down at the 43 for a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down and 9.
Just keep churning the legs right now. Forward progress is better than no progress. Even if it is only half of a yard, you're moving the ball in the right direction.
2nd down and 9 for Cy Lakes. They'll get back up to the line here, albeit at a haphazard speed. 4 receivers, 2 on either side of the line here as they move from left to right. Alarcon barking out signals to his offensive line. Now gets back in the shotgun. Fields is lined up to his left. Collects the snap. Alarcon, a lot of time, throws it over the middle. That one's going to be caught, and he's tattooed at the 39-yard line. Big catch that time for Arquarius Crowder, who's had some big catches in this game, and now he is hurt. He is having to hobble off the field, not putting any weight on his right leg. He does come off. He is replaced by Davian Ivey. Well, that would be a big loss if Crowder, as he's now trying to jog it off on the sideline. He's had some big catches tonight. Back to the action here. 1st and 10 from the Langham Creek 40 for Cy Lakes. This is going to be a fake reverse, and Alarcon makes one man miss and then goes up the middle and is tattooed at the 31-yard line. So a gain of 9 as once again Alarcon calls his own number for a good chunk run on the ground. 2nd down and 1.
There's a little bit of a trick the night before Halloween.
50 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. Alarcon takes the snap, play action, looking, throws this one down the field. There is a man down there, caught in the end zone, touchdown, Cy Lakes. Tornado Lewis, 31 yards, and the Spartans are back on top.
That is the best ball that Alarcon has thrown the whole night. And Lewis clearly beat his man, far corner of the end zone. And Zach, what a turnaround from Cy Lakes here in this 2nd half, offensively and defensively. Good defense leads to good offense.
They were down 21-6. Special teams unit on for the extra point. It's up and good. 26-23. The Spartans have turned a 21-6 deficit into a 26-23 advantage. They're in front by 3 with 39 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter here on the Varsity Wires Radio Network, presented by the Collette King Team. Veteran owned and operated since 2003, Fire Reconstruction Inc. is the top choice for restoration services to commercial and residential properties caused by fire, water, storms, and mold. They handle the entire process from structure repair, roofing mitigation, packing out, storing, and cleaning contents to give you peace of mind. Fire Reconstruction Inc. has been vetted and are preferred vendors of most insurance companies and is a local business that supports the local community. Visit their website at fri24-7.com or give them a call at 281-859-3999. Fire Reconstruction Inc. Better than before. What a rapid mailroom drive for Cy Lakes. They march it 88 yards down the field and regain the lead for the first time since it was 6-0. They're in front 26-21 after trailing 21-6. An unbelievable turn of events here at Pridgeon Stadium. Kickoff is a rocket, going to take a skip and a roll and a hop into the end zone for a touchback.
And it's not like there was anything real flashy about that last drive for Cy Lakes until the touchdown pass to Lewis. It was a couple yards, maybe 1 yard, then a big gain for 8. Slow, steady, move it down. And then when you have the opportunity, and Lewis, who's already made a couple of big catches because the guy can seriously jump, you're able to pay off with a touchdown. So right now, Langham Creek, we mentioned in the first half, Cy Lakes was, in the snow or in the dirt, the mud, couldn't get out. This Langham Creek offense has not been able to do much, and that is a tremendous That's a tremendous thing for Cy Lakes' defense because they have just been on top of their game here. Second half, Zach.
Final 39 seconds here of this half, and another run on the zone read handoff to the running back King. And he'll lose a yard, actually. Second down and 11. We'll see if Langham Creek even wants to run another play here before the end of the third quarter. They don't have to. The play clock is above the game clock. In fact, the play clock's not even running. 13 seconds left here in the third quarter. They'll take the snap. It's going to be Salazar trying to set up the jailbreak screen. And a couple of misses. Kamari Camp caught it, got up to the 29. That could have been a loss of another couple yards. Instead, he'll make it a 3rd down and 9 on the other side of this timeout with the 4th and final quarter coming up, and a good one. A big game for both teams. Playoff hopes still intact for both.
End of the quarter.
And it's 26-23, Cy Lakes over Langham Creek with a 4th and final frame coming up here on the Varsity Wires Radio Network, presented by the Collette King Team.
Hello, Copperfield. The Wrap and Mail Room is your go-to place for wrapping, packing, and shipping. When you need UPS, FedEx, US Mail, or DHL, we'll find the most affordable and reliable option to meet your needs. Looking for notary or private mailbox, maybe holiday gift wrapping? We've got you covered. Find us at 7710 Cherry Park Drive, right in the heart of Copperfield. The Wrap and Mail Room is here for you. Packed with care, we'll get it there.
Fourth and final quarter here at Pridgeon Stadium under the Thursday night lights. It has been a good one. Cy Lakes leading it 26-23. And a critical 3rd down and 9 here for Langham Creek, trying to stem the bleeding as they've been outscored 20-2 since going up 21-6. Their only points of the second half so far, a safety. Big 3rd down and 9 here. Cy Lakes is showing blitz. Now backing off, they'll bring it anyway from the other side. A big hit, and the pass is up in the air. Flag on the play, and it's caught anyway. Unbelievable catch by Zayden Swift, and now they're waving it off. But there's a flag on the play. It's going to be for pass interference.
Defensive pass interference. That play is declined. First down.
I don't know. They're going to say it is a catch.
I think they were waving off the penalty.
I think so. Okay. Yeah, you're right, Metco. It's declining the penalty. So a big chunk play on 3rd down and 9. And it's 1st and 10 for Langham Creek from the 42-yard line.
Yeah, one of the safeties, Nate Davis, a little too handsy there. You've given Langham Creek a little bit of life.
It's going to be a zone read, handoff, trying to hit the B gap that time is King. Pick up a couple of yards to the 40.
Jordan's just not found his night tonight, Zach. It's been 2, 3, 4 yards. He really has not had that opportunity to break one for any considerable distance this evening.
2nd and 8. Langham Creek lining it right back up. Their usual shotgun formation with 4 receivers split evenly. Takes the snap. Salazar, lots of time. Pocket collapsing. Takes a hit. The throw is up in the air. It's batted up and incomplete. An awkward defense there from Cy Lakes as Tyron Newton basically swatted it in the air like he was playing volleyball. Maybe hoping that his counterpart safety could make an interception. That does not happen. It's incomplete. 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, not the prettiest of volleyball sets, to use a volleyball term, but it got the job done.
So 10:59 to play in the 4th. It's 26-23 Spartans, but Langham Creek has the ball. 3rd down and 8 from the 40-yard line inside Cy Lakes territory.
Cy Lakes needs a much better defensive stop here on 3rd down. Don't draw a penalty.
King in motion, blitz coming. Gonna throw this one on the run. It is caught. No, incomplete. In and out of the hands of King. Under duress that time was Salazar. He had to throw it a little too quickly and on the run. It's incomplete. 4th down and 8. And now what do you do here if you're Todd Thompson? There's no way you kick a field goal here. This is way too far.
No, I don't think you do. I think you punt. And Alvarez is coming in. And the way he's punted tonight, Zach, you're hoping for a coffin corner one that bounces it around the 15 and then slowly rolls. like most of his have, but not the last one that he's had here tonight. That did not go his way.
Cy Lakes has 2 back to receive this time. They're going to try and prevent that. Now whistles, and this is going to be delay of game on Langham Creek.
Delay of game. 43, Langham Creek, 5-yard penalty.
I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world.
No,
Alvarez is still going to get it there anyway.
Yeah, you give him a little more room with which to work the corners here. So 4th and 13 now with the punting unit on. Cy Lakes looking again like they're going to bring a little heat to this punt. But they still have 2 deep back to receive. No, it's going to be a fake. It's going to be a fake. He's turning the corner, and he's got the first down running out of bounds. What a gutsy play call by Todd Thompson. Joshua Alvarez, the punter, runs for a first down on 4th and 13.
Wasn't it when we did the game a few weeks ago, we were saying how all of the things that we're seeing could fill out both sides of a bingo card? I feel like we're having that again, especially in this second half. Alvarez found another gear. No one was going to catch him, and life continues here offensively for Langham Creek.
At the end, it gets them up to the 29-yard line, a gain of 16 for the punter. Meanwhile, Salazar throws it end zone. A lot of pushing and shoving. Flag is coming down here, 2 of them. That's going to be PI on Cy Lakes.
Yeah, there was way too much touching from Cameron Dooms on that one. And how many opportunities tonight have extended drives or given Langham Creek better field position because of PIs?
Defensive pass interference, 15-yard from the previous spot, first down.
I mean, in some respects, it's probably a good thing that it's not a spot foul like in the NFL, but you're giving up some valuable chunks of yardage. And I believe that's at least the 3rd PI we've seen tonight.
Yep. So 10.5 minutes to play here. It's 26-23 Spartans, but the Lobos are knocking on the door. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line inside Cy Lakes territory. They're in the red zone. 4 receivers, 2 of them on either side here for Salazar and company, who's in the shotgun. King's lined up to his right. Going to send a man in motion from left to right. Salazar takes the snap. Blitz coming from the corners, and Salazar goes down again. Back at the 25-yard line, Deshaun Butler again got into the backfield and takes down Salazar. Loss of 11 on the play.
Khalil Costello started the rush, making Salazar pivot back as fast as he could. Butler finishes it off. Nice 1-2 tandem work by the Spartan D.
2nd down and 21 now here for for Langham Creek, excuse me. Lobos line it up. Salazar, pressure coming again. Throw over the middle. Nice high catch and taken down at the 10-yard line. They get 15 yards and then some. Big catch that time from Mason Dowdy. And now we have a
Injury timeout. White, go to your sideline. Red, go to the sideline.
On top of it, as he's been all game.
Ethan Robson down for Langham Creek, sophomore wide receiver.
So they'll tend to him. And it's out of this will be a big 3rd down and 6 coming up. While we wait and while they tend to the injured player, a friendly reminder, this game is being brought to you by Fire Reconstruction, Inc. Since 2003, Fire Reconstruction, Inc. has specialized in full-service residential and commercial restoration, roofing and structure repair services from damage caused by fire, water, storms, and mold. They handle the entire process from start to finish and get your property back to normal and better than before. Visit their website at fri24-7.com or give them a call at 281-859-3999 as they help the injured Lobo to his feet, and moving very gingerly off the field is Ethan Robinson. 9:37 still to play. Spartans in front. And what has been a outstanding game.
Outstanding second half in particular.
And a big 3rd down and 6. coming up here for Langham Creek. 3rd down and 6 for the Lobos. They trail by 3. Takes the snap. This will be a pitch back on the fake, trying to tie him up, and he's taken down at the 10-yard line. No gain for Jordan King. They tried to get a little fancy on the pitch, and Cy Lakes read it well, and now the field goal unit on to try and knot this game up at 26.
Spartan D answering the call again, limiting King, who's not had much to work with tonight.
And so Alvarez, the kicker, who extended this drive with a fake punt run on 4th down and 13 earlier, will try and tie it up. Kick is blocked, but it pops back right into the hands of the holder, and he's tackled down at the 12-yard line. Cy Lakes blocked it. Isaac Lewis, it went right into his breadbasket. He tried to run it for the first down, but the Cy Lakes special teams unit with a huge blocked field goal. They maintain their 3-point lead.
Cross another one off the bingo card.
We're hitting it all tonight, Metco.
We are hitting both sides like we did 3 weeks ago, man. This is something. Cy Lakes has found something that had eluded them throughout much of the first half. Offense, defense, and special teams. If they can score on this drive, that is really going to dictate the rest of how this game goes.
Still 8:50 to play. This is a handoff. Fields, look out, right up the middle. 20, 25, 30, still going, 35, 40, and Fields taken down past the 40-yard line all the way to the 42. An explosive run to start the drive has the Spartans up near midfield.
And you've got the Langham Creek defense playing on their heels.
Cy Lakes trying to put together a wild come-from-behind win. They lead by 3. They've got the ball, and they're trying to drive again.
A bit surprised they're not running tempo here, Zach, the way that the Langham Creek was trying to come back to the ball.
Takes the snap, another handoff. Fields, a lot of patience, waiting for something to develop. Nothing really did. No gain on the play. In fact, they'll mark him down for a loss of a yard, and a little bit of chippiness as both teams having to be somewhat separated a bit there by the officials, but nothing too crazy. It's 2nd down and 11. Clock under 8 minutes to play here. Cy Lakes in front, 26-23. Trips to the right side here for Alarcon. Takes the snap. Hand off. Fields makes one man miss and gets taken down by a trio of Lobos at the 2nd level at the 48-yard line. So gets a pretty decent run there of 7 and sets up 3rd down and 4.
Well, that's all good. The Langham Creek guys in the 2nd level are making stops, but the front level really needs to start delivering more than just every other defensive stop.
Big 3rd down and 4. Alarcon throwing it out to one receiver who's all by himself, and that is Courtney Lewis, who has the 1st down. He needed the 48 in Langham Creek territory, got to the 46. Man, I think that was a interesting play call. There was no one blocking for Lewis. It was just Lewis and 2 Langham defenders, and he beat one of them enough to get the 1st down. Clock continues to burn here. We're under 7 minutes to play. Cy Lakes hanging on to their 3-point lead. They send a man in motion from right to left. Langham Creek showing blitz. They hand it off to Fields. Fields cut back, left side, still going, 35, down to the 30, bounces off one defender and gets taken down at the 31-yard line. The pile folds up there. Officially, they'll give him the 30. And another good gain for Fields, who has a couple things to say to a couple Langham defenders coming out of that pile.
Yeah, probably stop me. And if I do come in your vicinity, don't let me bounce off of you, because if I do, I'm just going to keep running.
Yeah, looking at the replay on the video board here, he gave a nice forearm shiver to one of the Langham defenders in front of him. 6:20 and counting to play here. Cy Lakes up by 3. They have the ball. They're at the Langham Creek 30. They send a man in motion. Takes the snap. Play action. Alarcon going to keep it. He tries to cut back left and gets folded up at the 28-yard line. Gain of 2 on the quarterback keeper. A 2nd and 8 upcoming for Cy Lakes.
Well, the Spartans are working the clock here, Zach. Something else to keep in mind here. If you could have a drive that goes 5, 6, 7 minutes long.
5 minutes, 50 seconds, and counting. Left to play in regulation in a 3-point Cy Lakes lead. 4 receivers here for Alarcon. Play action. He's going to throw. Zings it down the field. There is a man there. It's incomplete, and flags come in. This is going to be pass interference on Langham Creek. Just a little bit of a jersey tug that time from J.C. Collins. They've been targeting him tonight quite a bit. And it's going to be a 15-yard penalty on the Lobos.
He didn't have quite hands on hips as he looked at the officials. It was more of a turn.
Defensive pass interference. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
But he knew it. And for a team that has not had much cold on them tonight, especially defensively, that PI is pretty big on Langham Creek.
So 5:31 to play here, and that will push Cy Lakes all the way down to the 13 inside Langham territory. The Spartans coming in today, like Langham Creek, they both need wins in this playoff chase. Cy Lakes basically needed one to stay mathematically alive, and they're trying to do it here. Handoff. Fields cutting back. Fields up the middle. Fields dragging defenders into the end zone. Touchdown, Cy Lakes. 13-yard carry for Theo Fields. It is a 2-score lead for the Spartans.
Fields dragging a field with him. What a powerful run. 1, 2, 3, 4 Lobos essentially on the young man's back.
The PAT to go up by 10 with 5:23 to play. What a second half for Cy Lakes. Snap down, kick up, kick on the way. Kick is through the uprights and good. And with 5:23 to play, it's 33-23 Spartans here on the Varsity Wires Radio Network, presented by the Collette King Team.
Hello, Copperfield. The Wrap and Mail Room is your go-to place for wrapping, packing, and shipping. When you need UPS, FedEx, US Mail, or DHL, we'll find the most affordable and reliable option to meet your needs. Looking for notary or private mailbox, maybe holiday gift wrapping? We've got you covered. Find us at 7710 Cherry Park Drive, right in the heart of Copperfield. The Wrap and Mail Room is here for you. Packed with care, we'll get it there.
5:23 to play here in regulation. It's 33-23. Cy Lakes has completely flipped the script here in the second half. They were down 21-6 at the intermission. Since then, they have outscored Langham Creek 27-2, Metco. The only points Langham Creek has scored in the second half was a safety.
I would love to know what Tyrone Carter told his team at half. This is a complete 180 in how Cy Lakes has responded in every facet.
Kickoff coming. High kick. Takes a skip into the end zone for a touchback.
You mentioned the safety, and yes, that was tough to take. But in Cy Lakes' defense, they were inside their own 2 when it happened. You're in a shotgun formation. The odds of that go up. But other than that, this has been a superb second half for Cy Lakes.
1st and 10 for Langham Creek, now needing 2 scores to even think about tying this game.
Yeah, if the Lobos don't score on this drive, Zach, that might be it tonight.
Only 5:23 left to play, and they trail by 10. Takes the snap. Salazar looking, stepping up in the pocket, running it up the middle, and gets dragged down at the 40, make it the 39-yard line. So a good quarterback keeper. Now we have a Cy Lakes player down. That's Khalil Costello, who looks like he just might be cramping up a little bit. His training staff out to check on him.
Well, I think we know what Langham Creek's plan is. Salazar Salazar, more Salazar.
Maybe a little bit of Salazar.
Yeah, preferably running the football because I think he's done a better job of that tonight. But the post routes have also been effective for Langham Creek.
5:14 to play here. Langham Creek with the ball, but they trail by 10 to Cy Lakes. Spartans again trying to stay in this playoff race. Coming into today, it was, Cy Ranch and Bridgeland basically have their spots locked up. The question was the final 2 spots being split between 4 teams who were separated by 1 game in the standings, which included these 2 teams. And man, a game that's a pseudo playoff game, if you will, has lived up to its billing today. Salazar with 5 wide here, throws it over the middle, up in the air, intercepted by Cy Lakes. Flag on the play, going down, coming away with the pick is Cameron Dumez, and that may have done it. There is a flag back at the 42-yard line. Let's check it. What is it going to be?
Zayden Swift is looking at his hands like they betrayed him. It went off of both of his hands, and then the pick.
The officials are discussing what this could be. The flag came near where the interception happened. Not sure if it was... I didn't think that there didn't look like there was any pass interference. Maybe holding if it's inside against Cy Lakes, but the officials are still discussing this.
Maybe a block in the back as the play went the other way.
4 officials are gathered at the 38-yard line in Langham Creek territory. There's still no indication of what the flag is, let alone who it's on. And now it looks like we're going to get the call from our head official. Let's see. If he remembers to turn on his mic.
He never gave a signal on the mic to turn on.
After the play, non-flagrant target. Ball will go over on downs, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Non-flagrant target. So Cy Lakes has the football. That's the most important thing for
first
the
down,
Spartans.
Cy Lakes.
So it's a 15-yard penalty after the interception. So Cy Lakes will be back at their own 27, but they are 4 minutes and 57 seconds away from pulling off a huge second-half comeback to a victory. They lead by 10.
Remember in the first half we were talking about the fact that Cy Lakes couldn't get the car out of the mud?
They got the car out of the mud.
I think they took Langham Creek's tires, brakes, gas, everything, and put Langham Creek in the mud.
Again, 27-2 is the score in the second half in favor of the Spartans. Alarcon in the shotgun. They send a receiver in motion. Takes the snap. Handoff. Fields up the middle. Fields makes the first level miss. Makes a bit of the second and will get exactly 10 yards to the 37. So the clock will stop while they move the chains, but 4:49, and there's, again, Langham Creek down by 2 possessions. Not much they can do here unless they somehow force a turnover, and then you got to score twice, all while the clock is not on your side. 4:40 and counting here to play.
Well, you can see the linebacking core right now for Langham Creek, hands on hips. They are sucking in some wind, and Theo Fields is having more of these 4, 5, 6-yard gains as the game is going on.
Takes the snap, another handoff to Fields. He'll patiently wait for something to develop. Not much does, no gain on the play. And Todd Thompson's going to use his first timeout.
Well, you mentioned at the top that...
Timeout, Langham Creek.
Boy, that was loud.
Very.
You mentioned off the top, Zach, that Cy Lakes' playoff chances are basically on a very, very small thread. If they don't make the playoffs, in a lot of ways, the way they performed tonight feels playoff worthy. And if they pull off this win, that is just going to carry them on through the offseason. And it's a tremendous story because this is a team that has fought, clawed its way. I mean, just in the conversation with Coach Carter today, they have just done everything that they can for the kitchen sink. They never give up. They're relentless, and it's paying dividends tonight. It may not pay dividends at the end of the season. We'll see what happens next week. There's still a lot to be decided. Cy Lakes might be burned for sins of the past and other performances in games where they just weren't fully there and came up on the short end of the stick. But if they are to make a playoff either this season or next season, the kids on this year's roster will look back to this game and go, see, we can do it.
By the way, Cy Lakes has Cy Springs next week, which could become a de facto play-in game. We'll look at the standings here in a bit as Cy Lakes back up to it. Handoff, Fields, nice little jitterbug move to make one man miss, and will fight his way to the 42-yard line. And now Todd Thompson burns his second timeout.
So good time to look at those standings.
Indeed. So how it stands right now, Cy Ranch
Timeout.
is at the top.
Langham Creek.
5-0.
Second timeout of the half.
Bridgeland is right behind them at 4-1. Waller is 3-2. Cy Springs is 3-2. Here's where it gets interesting. If the score maintains, Cy Lakes and Langham Creek will each be 3-3 outside of a playoff spot, but Cy Lakes has the tiebreaker on Langham Creek. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Next week, Cy Lakes and Cy Springs, even if Cy Springs wins this week to go 4-2, 3-3 versus 4-2, it could be for the final playoff spot. If Cy Lakes were to beat Cy Springs, because then you get in via the tiebreaker for the fourth and final seed. So it's setting up a whale of a week 11. .409 still to play here. Langham Creek has burned 2 of their timeouts. It's 3rd down and 5, and it's a 5-wide set here for Jimmy Alarcon. 10-point lead for the Spartans. They've got the ball. They send the man in motion. Play action. Alarcon just going to keep it and not get the first down. No gain on the play, and Todd Thompson burns his final timeout. So he's preserved as much time as he can.
Timeout.
Langham
Creek. That's their 3rd and final timeout.
But they still somehow need 2 scores in the next 4 minutes and 5 seconds, minus whatever time comes off on this punt.
And they need to do it against a completely revitalized Cy Lakes defense, which has been dang near impossible in this second half.
So both teams discussing things on their sidelines.
Your Cy Lakes, it's easy. Get the punt away. Don't make a mistake. You're this close. Even if the punt is a shank, get it past the 50. It's that psychological barrier. Just get it there. That doesn't have to go that far. It just needs to go about 10 yards to clear that.
Other scores from around the district, by the way, tonight. Cy Woods up on Cy Park 34-14 with 2 minutes to play in that game. It looks like they're going to go for it here. Alarcon is out there. 4th and 5 from the 42. Unless they elect to go for a quick kick and try and really pin Langham back. Play clock's down to 8. Alarcon telling his offensive line to wait, and they may take a timeout here. They do. See what Langham Creek lined up in.
Timeout. Cy Lakes.
So now the chess match between Tyrone Carter and Todd Thompson really underway.
Yeah, but Coach Thompson doesn't have many cards left to play here. No timeouts remaining. You do have the 2-minute timeout, but when you're down by 10, it doesn't really matter much.
So 4th and 5, and Cy Lakes basically, if they go for it here, that's going for the knockout blow. You either don't convert, and Langham Creek still has a big hill to climb, down by 10 with 4:05 to play. But if you get a first down here, that's it. But it looks like the punting unit's coming on for Cy Lakes, which I think is the right decision.
Yeah, at this point, cautious optimism is probably the best way to play this.
So Norris will send it deep. There's the snap. That's a good one. And almost blocked. It may have been partially blocked. That thing spirals out of bounds. I think someone for Langham Creek barely got a mitt on it. Amazing it still went as far as it did, to the 47 inside Langham Creek territory, but a short field nonetheless. And maybe if there's any bit of life left in Langham Creek, that may give them a shot in the arm, but still a big hill to climb, down 10 with 3:57 to play and no timeouts.
Yeah, the hill got about 15 yards steeper. Not impossible, but a lot has to go right now. And if you're Cy Lakes, just keep doing the same thing you've been doing since midway through this contest. Your defense has been more than stellar.
Salazar takes the snap, bit of a high one, under pressure, stepping up, rolling out right side, throws it on the run, trying to come back to Dowdy, but it's incomplete.
Well, that stops the clock, but you don't get any yardage out of it.
2nd and 10 now for Langham Creek. Still down by 10. 3:50 to play. I'll line them up 4 wide, 2 on either side for Salazar in the shotgun. King lined up to his right. Takes the snap. Looking, pocket collapsing. Salazar going to keep it, cuts back, stays in bounds. He's got the first down and then dives out of bounds. A kind of a squiggly run in which he cut away from the sideline to pick up some extra yards and then still managed to cut back to the left to get out of bounds and stop the clock with a first down. 1st and 10 from the 42 with 3:40 to play. Only 10 seconds come off the clock there.
Rarely tonight has Andre Salazar run in a straight line. A lot of those squiggles and meandering plays tonight for the young man.
Time still not on the side of the Lobos. Here comes the blitz from Cy Lakes. Pocket collapsing. Salazar, flag comes down. This is probably going to be a hold. Salazar still on his feet, though, to the 30, down to the 20, spins away, and finally gets dragged down at the 16, but I believe this is coming back for a hold.
Offensive holding, 68, Langham Creek, 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Replay the down.
When it looks that good on a quarterback run, usually someone on the
reason.
front line.
Yep. So down to 3:26, and that'll turn a 1st and 10 into a 1st and 20. So the Lobos now back closer to where they originally started.
And a good minute has already run off the clock.
Salazar takes the snap, dropping back, stepping up, turning away, got away from one tackle and can't get away from the second. Kind of spun down of his own volition a little bit there, but the pressure was on from Gavin Barnes. He'll get credit for the sack, Barnes will. And now it's 3rd and forever here for Langham, or 2nd down and forever for Langham Creek, and that clock's still moving, 2:46 and counting to play. They'll line it up as quick as they can. 2:41, 2:40. Salazar collects the snap, throws it over the middle, batted down. Barnes again got a mitt on it that time, right over the middle. Clock stops with 2:34 to play, but it's 3rd down and 25 for the Lobos here in a do-or-die situation.
Had the volleyball analogy earlier. That was a straight kill there by the defending linebacker. Just swatted that thing down.
And Cy Lakes defense has been the story of this second half. Salazar on 3rd and 25, going to chuck it down the field. Miscommunication, incomplete. And well incomplete. His receiver, or Salazar thought his receiver was going to keep going, and he pulled up, coming back. And now this game is going to come down to a 4th and 25 for the Lobos.
Just one more play for Cy Lakes. Take your time defensively. Don't make those mistakes.
Salazar under pressure. Salazar almost goes down, trying to run, and will get sacked. And how about this Cy Lakes defense in the second half? Jamercy Johnson with the sack, a fitting way for Cy Lakes to close the book on this game. It has been a defensive party for them in the second half, and they take over on downs via the sack with 2:16 to play and a 10-point lead.
Almost had a face mask, but close only matters in horseshoes and hand grenades. This Cy Lakes Spartan defense shut it down and then some.
27-2 in the second half after going down 21-6 at the intermission.
And their defense, Zach, kept them alive in the first half. That momentum went to the second half, and they never looked back.
You look at it too, Metco, as they'll line up here in the shotgun formation. It's just going to be runs at this point. No, they're going to pass. Alarcon's going to throw. This is interesting. There's a man down there. It's going to be incomplete. Intended target that time was Darius Watson. And so, Cy Lakes trying to really go for the knockout blow there. But, you know, you look at 2 of 14 points for Langham Creek in this game have been off of pick sixes. You take those away, and Cy Lakes is up 33-9.
You take away the safety.
33-7.
Yeah.
Hand off to Fields, and he'll fight through a couple arm tackles and get taken down at the 33, and that will take us to the 2-minute timeout. So 2 minutes left to play, and Cy Lakes trying to drive this train into the station here. Up
2-minute timeout. 2-minute officials timeout.
Up 33-23 on the Varsity Wires Radio Network, presented by the Collette King Team.
When Houston needs glass, Houston calls Northwest Glass and Mirror. From custom shower doors to sleek mirrors, from residential windows to commercial storefronts, we do it all with expert craftsmanship and hometown care. Family owned, trusted for over 40 years, and always standing behind our work. Northwest Glass and Mirror. Quality, clarity, and service you can see. Call today or visit us online. Northwest Glass and Mirror, Houston's clear choice.
Coming out of the 2-minute timeout here at Pridgeon Stadium, Zach Babb alongside Jason Metco. Cy Lakes in front of Langham Creek, 33-23. With a second half for the ages, especially from the defense. And I mean, even like you said, Metco, give Cy Lakes' defense credit in the first half, because it was teetering for a second like Langham Creek was going to run away with this thing.
Yeah, I mean, they kept them in it. It was Cy Lakes' offense that just couldn't do anything. They figured that out slowly but surely in the second half, and you've got the result we have now.
Alarcon, handoff to Fields, who's going backwards. And that'll be, with forward progress, a loss of 4, and will bring up 4th down and 12. And so Cy Lakes is going to be content to let this play clock drain for the next 30 seconds. Langham Creek's out of timeout, so that'll get it down to around 110. I'm assuming Tyrone Carter will let it get as far down as he can and then take a timeout.
Well, you certainly got some momentum if you're Coach Carter, and Cy Lakes going into next week now, don't you? Tonight was, can you keep your playoff chances alive by a mathematical formula? Well, you just bumped up the math in a big way tonight.
Timeout taken by Cy Lakes.
Timeout. Cy Lakes, timeout.
So 1:12 left to play. Again, coming up next week, it'll be the final game of the Thursday Night Lights series here at the Varsity Wires Radio Network. Bridgeland taking on Cy Woods. Mac Honer will be back on the call for that game, which means no more Jason Metco. But, man, Jason, you have filled in admirably.
Oh, please. Mac's better than me. We all know it.
And, again, I think we just need to get Mac out of the booth if we want a close game, because we've had two really good games this year that weren't, 20-point-plus spreads, and you've been on the call for both of them.
Look, I can't explain it other than Metco magic. Maybe there'll be some Mac magic for y'all next week with Bridgeland.
So 4th down and 12. They're going to punt this one away. I would assume. Are they going to go for a field goal? They're going to go for a field goal. Why not? It's a 55-yard field goal attempt here for Ciaran Norris. Can he get it?
He was hitting them from 42 before the game.
I think they're short a player. They're trying to figure out the blocking here. Play clock's down to 9. From 55 yards. Why not? Kick is up. And it's not good. It's going to be returned, actually. They had a man back deep to return it. Turning the corner, 20, and taken down at the 30-yard line that time was Malachi Allstat. Trying to go for the kick 6, but with 58 seconds left, Langham Creek needs a bit of a miracle here, down by 10. And 1st and 10 from their own 31.
Yeah, you mentioned miracles. The only time a kick 6 works is an Auburn-Alabama game from about 15 years ago.
Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game.
That's right.
He ran the missed field goal back.
An answered prayer, I believe Vern Lundquist said. Well, the prayers have been answered tonight for Cy Lakes. They're going to have a ton of momentum going into the final week of the regular season.
There's a discussion here with the officials, not sure what for. They're talking to Todd Thompson now. And I'm not sure about what. 58 seconds left, 33-23. Cy Lakes. Now we will resume your regularly scheduled programming. Last gasp for the Lobos. Salazar throws it, and it is caught along the sidelines at the 42-yard line by Mason Dowdy. So that will move the chains here for the Lobos. 52 seconds left. Clock stops. Soft coverage here for the Spartans as they bring 4. Salazar steps up. He runs, cuts back, and is folded up at the 39 inside Cy Lakes territory, but the clock will stop while they move the chains, but as soon as they spot the ball, it'll start moving again. And indeed it starts to roll. 1st and 10 for Langham Creek. Salazar looking under duress and taken down again. Sacked back at the 49-yard line by Jamercy Johnson. Another sack for this Cy Lakes defense. Clock burning down to 20 seconds. Down to 15. One last gasp for the Lobos. Salazar stepping up, throws it on the run, caught along the sidelines and ducking out of bounds near a 1st down with 5 seconds left. That will do it, if not, well, unofficially.
I think we have a late flag, Zach.
Yeah, something came in there. Let's see what it's for. Maybe, well, the official threw his cap, actually. So it may have been an eligible receiver if he went out of bounds before coming back in.
We got a legal touching.
Yep.
Red receiver from Langham. He went out of bounds, and he was the first man to touch the ball when he came back. Ball go back to the original line of scrimmage.
Can I just say I've loved our official tonight. He's had some emphatic.
That's a loss or down.
Emphatic, detailed calls. I have loved every second.
If you're new to football, this guy you want. But they're playing, I believe that we will win on the Cy Lake side, Zach.
Final gasp here for Langham Creek. Salazar turning, running, sacked. And that'll do it. Jamercy Johnson again. Cy Lakes wins it 33-23.
Man, oh man.
What a game and what a second half for the Spartans. Unbelievable.
I'll believe it, Zach. Cy Lake certainly does. The belief they had coming into this one tonight. When you talked to Tyrone Carter before the game, you heard the passion in his voice saying, if we get punched, how do we respond? This team got punched a lot in the first half. Mainly their offense punched themselves in the face a lot of the times. Once they figured that out in the second half, it was clear sailing. What a win for the Spartans tonight.
33-23 the final score. We'll take a quick break, come back with the Rapid Mailroom postgame show here on the Varsity Wires Radio Network, presented by the Collette King Team.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Trust the Collette King Team with REMAX, bringing you over 25 years of real estate expertise right here in your community. From first-time buyers to luxury estates, Collette and her team know the market inside and out, and they'll guide you every step of the way. Because with the Collette King Team, it's more than real estate. It's about giving you the attention and care you deserve. From cottages to castles, expect the royal treatment with the Collette King Team.
Veteran owned and operated since 2003, Fire Reconstruction Inc. is the top choice for restoration services to commercial and residential properties caused by fire, water, storms, and mold. They handle the entire process from structure repair, roofing mitigation, packing out, storing, and cleaning contents to give you peace of mind. Fire Reconstruction Inc. has been vetted and are preferred vendors of most insurance companies and is a local business that supports the local community. Visit their website at fri24-7.com or give them a call at 281-859-3999. Fire Reconstruction Inc. Better than before.
Hello, Copperfield. The Rapid Mailroom is your go-to place for wrapping, packing, and shipping. When you need UPS, FedEx, US Mail, or DHL, we'll find the most affordable and reliable option to meet your needs. Looking for notary or private mailbox, maybe holiday gift wrapping? We've got you covered. Find us at 7710 Cherry Park Drive, right in the heart of Copperfield. The Rapid Mailroom is here for you. Packed with care, we'll get it there.
When Houston needs glass, Houston calls Northwest Glass and Mirror. From custom shower doors to sleek mirrors, from residential windows to commercial storefronts, we do it all with expert craftsmanship and hometown care. Family owned, trusted for over 40 years, and always standing behind our work. Northwest Glass and Mirror, quality, clarity, and service you can see. Call today or visit us online. Northwest Glass and Mirror, Houston's clear choice.
Welcome into the Rapid Mailroom postgame show. The Rapid Mailroom wrap-up. Cy Lakes keeps their playoff hopes intact. 33-23, setting up what could be. They've still got some games to shake out the rest of this weekend. But what could be a winner-take-all playoff battle with what is also their historic rival in Cy Springs next week. It's whatever happens, it's fitting up to be a fun Week 11 here in Cy-Fair ISD.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Tip of the cap tonight to Coach Carter and this Spartans team, offensively, defensively, special teams. I mean, the first half doesn't even seem like we were at the same game against the same team if you're Cy Lakes. There was something that changed in that second half, and Coach Carter might have had one of the best inspirational speeches this season, don't know. But the way that offense was finally able to click propelled the defense. I'm sure the defense was telling the offense, thank you for doing what you needed to do, execution, so we could take a break. We got you, boys. We need you to score, and they did that. And for Langham Creek, I mean, you talk about mixed emotions tonight. You started off very well. You got 2 pick sixes. And then early in the second half, you forced a safety. Your defense is playing great. But then you get to the fourth quarter, and it just became the script was flipped, I think you said at one point. And really it came down to that. It was 2 different games tonight for both of these teams. And in the end, Cy Lakes still has their playoff spot possibilities, and to be this close, like you said, to go up against your rival next week, and which could determine whether or not you make the playoffs for the first time ever, right? I mean, to be able to have that opportunity to take away from what you did in this second half and carry that on into next week, that's just tremendous.
Again, your final score, 33-23. Cy Lakes takes down Langham Creek. Metco, appreciate you filling in admirably for a pair of games this year on the Varsity Wires Radio Network. You did a fantastic job. We will have Mac Honer back with us for our season finale with Bridgeland and Cy Woods next week. But you know, my friend, we're both fellow North Texas grads, like Tyrone Carter is.
Yes.
Somehow, through all the years I've known you, we never have broadcasted a game together, despite going to the same exact broadcasting school. So it was fun to have you on the mic for a couple games this year.
Thank you, Zach. Yes, different trajectories in our careers for sure, but it's been great to get back into the high school ranks here the last couple of contests, and really excited to see where these programs go once we get to November. Hard to believe that November's only a couple days away. And, you know, for the sponsors out there who are tremendous in what they do to keep Varsity Wires going after all of these years of Zach getting this off the ground way back in, the 1850s you started this?
Somewhere around there.
It's just a special shout-out to y'all, and hopefully you guys realize what a special joy it is to have these games broadcast at such an elite level, and Zach and Mac do a fantastic job with that.
Appreciate you, Metco. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you, Bab.
We'll call it a night here. Again, one last time, your final score, Cy Lakes 33, Langham Creek 23. For my broadcast partner, Jason Metco, this is Zach Babb saying good night from Houston.